Papa Tikyo, coming to you live from, Tokyo. Oh, wait, don't forget to hit that like button, asshole. Okay, here we go. Where the fuck's the outro? What the fuck? Consider signing up for my Patreon. Links down below. Anyway, that's it. Peace out, guys. Yeah, buddy. Hey.
Yeah, just all kinds of hot sexual booze.
Guys, did you ever notice that my YouTube channel, Tkyosam, is like one of the coolest Japan-related YouTube channels ever?
Oh my god, I did.
Oh my god.
Stay black, bro. Yeah.
Young Sam. I'm so old.
Now I am, for correcting sake, I am your hot dad.
I'm a starving poor black child full of divorce or something, and anyway, yeah. I don't know, it's just so fun when you meet like really interesting, just fun, outgoing people. Meanwhile, me and the boys are gonna be here talking about hot chicks.
語彙は全くダメですよ。僕はまあ14年前来年。
Your boy Papa Tikyo, coming to you live from, Tokyo. Oh, wait, don't forget to hit that like button, asshole. Okay, here we go. Where the fuck's the outro? What the fuck? Consider signing up for my Patreon. Links down below. Anyway, that's it. Peace out, guys. Yeah, buddy. Hey.
Yeah, just all kinds of hot sexual booze.
Guys, did you ever notice that my YouTube channel, Tkyosam, is like one of the coolest Japan-related YouTube channels ever?
Oh my god, I did.
Oh my god.
Stay black, bro. Yeah.
Young Sam. I'm so old.
Now I am, for correcting sake, I am your hot dad.
I'm a starving poor black child full of divorce or something. And anyway, yeah. I don't know. It's just so fun when you meet like really interesting, just fun, outgoing people. Meanwhile, me and the boys are gonna be here talking about hot chicks.
語彙は全くダメですよ。僕はまあ14年前 right?
Planes of velociraptors.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, fucking yeah. The laser eye velociraptors.
Yeah, that fucking shit was hilarious.
Dude, Kung Fury was badass. Okay, what is it? The song something. I get knocked down, but I get up again. No, it's ever gonna. That was in a fucking movie trailer I saw the other day. It was pretty good. They made a horror movie on if Y2K actually happened, and then like it's like that movie that wasn't Repo Man, but it was Stephen King where the monster truck tried to kill Emilio Estevez. It's like that, but with the fat kid from Deadpool 2, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, how do you say like start in Chinese? Jiao, Kaisu, Kaisu. Really? Oh, they say that in Japanese. They say Kaishi. Cool.
Oh, it's Kaishi. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, hi everybody. It's your dad here. Where I'm gonna be fat. Where's my thing?
Dude, I can't believe that green screen works. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it works wonders. Here, where's the?
Yeah, my forehead is getting a little bit see-through, but I guess I have a green head.
There we go. Let's move the camera a little bit. See, this is how we do it here. We got this is Japanese cutting edge technology right here. Look, we're gonna go. There we go. Hey, there we go. Now, guys, I don't know if you can hear Prozzy. I turned up the microphone. I usually have this really low so I can talk like a radio DJ and be really... So they can't hear me when I'm saying the N-word when I push this back. So, you know. But anyway, just try to project in a microphone. I think you should be fine. And let's put on some Chinese music. I'm going to go into my epidemic sound. I'm going to type in Chinese music.
Okay.
Or not China. Let's see.
There's a song that you might have in Japan that's very famous called "The Moon Represents My Love" or something.
Okay.
By Teresa Dung.
Oh my god, this is perfect. Perfect music. Oh my god. Anyway, hi everybody. Hello, check in, say hi. I got a special guest here today for Dad's impromptu live stream. See, Prozzy, I usually do these like in the morning, like at 10 a.m. So we're like 4 hours ahead of the time I normally do it. So there might not be a lot of people here, but it doesn't matter because we are our best company, right? You know?
Yeah, that'll be mostly my fault. I'm a cunt.
Yeah.
Apparently I inspired someone to move abroad because I was poor in 2017 and making videos.
Really?
When I was making those videos, the last thing I thought I'd be doing is inspiring people.
You inspired people, Prozzy.
With my poverty.
There you go. Hey guys, so what's up? Do me a favor and tell us if you can hear Prozzy, if you can hear the microphone. Check in, say hi. We've got Life in Taiwan. Dude, that guy's based. What's up, Life in Taiwan? You're a cool dude.
What does that mean? Based?
Based means like, to me, it means that like you're a logical person, but also you're not a cunt about it. Like you're down to earth, you know? Like you can, like I could have a beer with this guy and he doesn't need to agree with 100% of what I agree on. But like if you say something where it's like boys have a penis, girls have a vagina, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know?
That's a base. But like,
it's like you don't bend, you don't support people's mental illness kind of thing.
When did people start using this word? It's new.
I don't know. A couple years ago, I don't know. I think based to me means you're based in reality. So it's like I'm like you know, like I'm you know, it's like for example, you call out the hypocrisy because people are afraid of getting canceled. So like when Asian hate was happening in America, everyone was like, yeah, bad Asian hate. But then they found out it was like black people doing most of it, and then like they kind of cut that movement because they were like, Yeah, so then when you call out stuff like that, that's like based, right? Like you're not trying to be racist, you're just trying to point out the reality. So it's I don't know if that's right, but anyway, this is Prosy, guys. Say hi to Prosy. He's wearing black clothing. It's okay. I can talk about this, you know. I don't know, guys.
Watching from a Go share in Taipei.
You tell me what the definition of based is to you. Common commenter, what's up, dude? How's it going, dude? William. Oh, is that William in Taiwan? What's up, William? How you doing, dude? William, it's your hot favorite guy, Prosy here. Common, yeah, hey, Bone, a spare daughter. That's a great screen name. Prosy, I haven't seen him in years. Prosy, he's still alive?
I didn't die.
Yeah, I'm watching from, what's a Go Share? Is that like a workspace share thing or something? Like Office?
Huh? A Go share?
Yeah, what's a Go share?
Like a scooter rental company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I remember back in 2017 when Prosy was broke and making those videos inspired me to go back to work abroad. Hi, Pros. My brother always thought you used to smash Prosys abroad when he'd watch me watching your YouTube. Okay. I don't see why a guy like him would ever have to do anything like that. Because he's sexy. $5 for buying fried rice. William H., you sexy man. I don't know. How much is that in American freedom dollars?
Like
$5?
maybe.
Okay, cool. Thank you, William. Thank you for your service, guys. Yeah, Prosy, haven't seen it. Based has been around for a few years. Based just means telling the truth and not following the feelings of the narrative. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, I'm not walking on eggshells just because you feel triggered by me saying that. This music is really nice. I like it how the music goes with this. You know, I feel like having two white guys in Asia playing Chinese music from a licensable music source while talking about bass stuff is like it's peak internet.
That's smart.
Yeah, this is Epidemic Sound.
Sounds. I get ads for these fucking assholes all the time.
Really? Yeah, they're great, man. I love Epidemic Sound. Like it's a certain amount of money per month, but like they unlike other places, I think the license is indefinite, so like they just add more and more music every month to their library. So
what do you pay for that?
Probably like $20 a month.
Fuck me, yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, like if you're making like $2,000 a year or something, or like even that, like, you know, it's like 1/10. You know, it's not a big deal. Dad is based in Japan. Thank you, William. Look at this guy with his giant titanium New York balls. That's why I say when people donate, because they don't just have regular balls. They got titanium balls. They got, you know, they're walking around with it. They got the lower back strength. You know.
Can you imagine how uncomfortable that would be in Tokyo? Though, how fucking hot it is. You got titanium balls.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. That would not be good news bears. Right. That would be bad news bears. William, is that William in Taiwan? You were on Discord earlier.
UNT. But I find it funny how, like, everyone's like, oh, I haven't seen him since the ADV China days. Like, I just fucking died after we all left China. I fucking died. I think it's because my content now has Chinese subtitles, so it's, like, more geared towards Taiwanese people, so people stop watching from the West.
Yeah, you know, I think, I don't know, man. Like, it is funny how you, like, yeah, so, guys, for all of you who don't know, Prosy, he's dead. You know, I'm talking to a ghost, you know. But basically, I started on YouTube like 5 seconds ago, a long time ago, okay? I started YouTube, and around that time, there weren't that many vloggers out there, so I'd consider myself maybe not first, but second generation vlogger in Japan. Like, there was a wave of people, and then I followed them. And in China, too, there was like a wave of people. There was first... In my opinion, you could correct me, it was Serpent ZA, fucking Winston. He was the first guy just to randomly take out a camera and just do that. Then Laowa86 came up next, and then after Laowa86, I feel like Prosy started making his own videos, too. So is that kind of correct, for the most part?
Yeah, I'm sure there was other YouTubers there that were, like, in a different kind of sphere.
I don't remember any other people, like, if I type in China vlogger, that uploaded regularly. There was a guy called Anton in Beijing or something, but he would upload like once every couple months or something, and it was just like talking about shopping in his room. Like, he didn't go out. Like, you guys went out, and you always had adventures. You had Kevin, which I thought apparently broke down a bunch, but he never broke down apparently. Never. And yeah, man, like, you always, like, your profile, I don't know if it's still like that, but you were like sitting around trash with a bottle of cheap whiskey.
Yeah.
That was pretty badass.
Yeah, that was baijiu. That's like a special... William lives in Taiwan. He knows what it is. But it's not called baijiu in Taiwan. It's called gaolian. And it tastes like shit. It's horrible.
Is it just like like moonshine or something? Just pure alcohol?
It's yeah, it's like ethanol. It's disgusting. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like those days in China are they were fun, but like you can only do that for so long before it gets like, now I'm 33. It's
Yeah.
like, is that cool to be fucking drunk and poor and nothing work? You're 33. Like, it's not funny anymore, man.
Yeah, I loved how you guys, it seems like there's either two types of vloggers in China, I think, right now. And it's just like very low editing, just like more down to earth. Well, down to earth or just like real kind of raw feel, like Guelo 60. And then there's like really high production, like Blondie in China or something. Like there's all these people that's like really snappy editing or something. And then there's just people that are just like, I got a camera and I'm doing stuff. And I feel like you like when you were in China, it was like a mix. Like I didn't know which one I was getting one week. One week you might be you're like, I'm on my fucking motorcycle for talking, and then you'll be like, okay, I'm actually going out and doing stuff, Like it was always fun. It was always a mixed bag of you.
Looks like you got yourself a super chat.
Dude, live in Taiwan, happy birthday, Prozzy, yeah. Prozzy, happy birthday. How do you say that in Chinese?
Thank you. Juni Sen Kuai Le.
Judy Sing Kui, yeah. When do I get platinum balls? I know, right? Guys, can you hear Prozzy okay? Can you hear him all right? I turned up the microphone more than normal. Where's Prozzy now? In Taiwan, too? Yeah, Prozzy's in Taiwan. He lives in Taiwan. He's been there for how many years now?
6. A long
6 years,
time.
dude.
That's why nobody knows, because nobody gives a shit about Taiwan. Everyone wants to talk about my China videos, because that's like what people want to know. But then I moved to Taiwan, they're like, I don't give a fuck. What is Taiwan?
Yeah,
it's
like
not even real. It's a glitch on the
Taiwan.
map.
What is a Taiwan? That's Triple Bacon in the chat. He always makes fun of William, and he's like, "How are you in second Taiwan? Life in Taiwan. Oh shit! Hey, thanks, Life. How much is that in freedom dollars? $2.
About the same as William gave you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
5 NT less.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Stay black, Prozzy. Stay black. William, smash the like button, guys. Prozzy, I haven't seen him since ADV China days. Based. Stay black, Prozzy, stay black. Gross shit is Guiling. Real men never use hair products unless they're black. Tikyo made me a little less racist. There you go. Hey, Oriental Pearl, what's up? That's based Alyssa. She's I wouldn't say it's a China vlogger, but she lived in China, like you. But she lived in nice, like, Shanghai or something. I don't know, she was a student.
I think I've met her.
You maybe met her before?
Where's
Cool.
she from? It sounds
She's
so
from
familiar.
Michigan or Minnesota.
I want to say we met.
But she lives in
once.
Japan. But she used to live in China.
No, I've talked to her.
Oh, you've
With
talked to
you.
her? On the phone or something?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm super sure she's got a lot of subscribers, right?
Yeah. She's got.
Yeah, I didn't
She's
meet
the
her.
only based huge vlogger in Japan. There you go. Got it. Pearl's here too. Starstruck. Lower P. I wanted to move to Taiwan after you left China, but they didn't accept my uni degree there, so I had to go to Korea instead.
What the fuck uni degree do you have that they rejected?
Underwater basket weaving.
Weaving,
There you
yeah.
go. Yo, deep. Yeah. So, like, so you were in, 6 years in Taiwan. How many years in China?
4.
4. What city were you in China?
I spent 1 year in Kaifeng in Henan. That's kind of in the middle.
Uh-huh.
The birthplace of Chinese civilization, actually, right on the Yellow River.
They had to call it the Yellow River, didn't they?
I know, right? Fucking racist. The Huanghe. And then I moved after 3 years to Guangdong province, where I lived in Huizhou with Simok.
Oh, that's fucking... So why did you choose China? Why not Japan? Like, at first. Like, was China just more... Like, Pearl always tells me, she's like, if you like cyberpunk and ghetto, no rule bullshit, and, like, no white people around, you go to China, because that's, like, where you get the real Asian feeling going. Here in Tokyo, there's white people everywhere now.
I wouldn't say it's very cyberpunky, and I also wouldn't say Shanghai's a good representation of the rest of China, but... Because Shanghai's a very unique city. It's cool. Like, I'm not
It's
saying...
like really rich city, right?
It can be. It's just like, they have a different way of doing things. They speak their own language. They have their own, like, weird foods. And, like, it's modern. And a lot of it's very, like... Because it used to be owned by different countries, right? So it's, like, kind of more Western. So it's its own unique thing. You're not going to get, like, a Shanghai anywhere else in the world. But the rest of China's, like, a little bit different.
So why
don't
China
fucking
instead
know.
of Japan or something?
I don't remember. I think because my sister lived in Japan, like... like 2004, 2005. So I was like, she did that. I'll try something else. But then the longer I stayed there, I'm like, fuck, I should have chose Japan. 'Cause living in China doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel legitimate thing. Like you don't have a real, like if I'm sitting here in your apartment and like seeing the way your life is, and it's like there's a reality to it. You have like roots here, like you can live here. But in China, it all feels so temporary. Like the whole thing can get ripped up in seconds. Like it's I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't feel legitimate.
So like, yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't feel like you're a part of something, or that like they're even like they don't have anything for you to be a part of, kind of. Like I heard in China they got rid of like all the temples or like a lot of the old religious shit and stuff during the Mao Revolution or something.
They still have some temples, but like if you go to Taiwan, there's a temple on every block. So it's
because that's real China, or that's the real historical kind of like more China than modern China right now, right? Because
it depends. There's some things that you'll find in Taiwan that are way more traditional than what they do in China. However, you'll find things in China that are way more traditional that we don't do in Taiwan anymore. It's the same thing with Mongolia and Inner Mongolia. You would think that Mongolians are more traditionally Mongolian, but they're not. Inner Mongolians are way more Mongolian than Mongolian people are. It's weird. Mongolian people are like way more westernized. They had a lot more Russian influence. Inner Mongolian people are like, live in yurts and fucking drink horse milk and shit. It's like they're way more Mongolian. So, but in Taiwan and China, you'll find some things are more traditional and some things aren't. Taiwanese people are a lot more religious. They pray a lot more. They're very heavily invested in that, all that kind of thing. However, Chinese people are a lot more traditional in the family values sense. They really have a lot more pressure on young people to get married and have kids and stuff, whereas in Taiwan, that's changing. I mean, it is changing in China, too. A lot of young people now are deciding not to have kids, so it's changing really quickly. But in Taiwan, they've kind of, a lot less people are having kids and stuff like that. So there's, like, lots of little things. Like, when you cheers in China, you go down. Right, like if you're above me in position, or if I don't know you that well, I'll cheers below you, and we kind of the glasses come together. But in Taiwan, that's completely absent.
Okay,
nobody does that. Yeah.
What is it? It's all yellow because they peed in it. Dad, what's up, Tex? How you doing? Damn shit. I lived in Taiwan for a short time doing an office job in
Hsinchu? Why the fuck? She must have worked for like a computer chip company or something, because there's no reason why she would ever go. Hsinchu is famous in Taiwan for being the most boring city in the whole country.
There you go. It's a SA degree, UNISA, distance learning not accepted in Taiwan. Pop, I sent you something on PayPal. Oh, you did? Cool. Hsinchu is all high tech, lots of rich people there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it kind of like Shenzhen or something? Do you guys have a Shenzhen in Taiwan?
No.
Like Shenzhen's like
exist like 35 years ago.
It's like an Akihabara it's like the Akihabara kind of like of a whole city, right? Like it's all the chick with the big fake boobs, whatever her name Cyber
is.
Doll or something, whatever her name is. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Shenzhen. No, Hsinchu is like, it's new. Like TSMC and all these computer chip companies moved in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of engineers there. But it's not big like Shenzhen is. It didn't explode like Shenzhen is, but there is a lot of rich people there, that's true. But it doesn't make it good. There's not fuck all to do there. And everybody knows it. It's what it's famous for.
Like, so why did he... Wait, so, like, you kind of had to... Wait, was it you or C-Milk who's like, I had to escape Taiwan or something? Escape China, yeah.
Yeah, we all did.
Like, what happened?
Well, they went and filmed a documentary in northern China called Conquering Northern China.
Oh, thanks, Deep. I just got that. Yeah. Yeah.
And, they had basically like military police following them the whole way, because they didn't know, but at the time that was like the 50th anniversary of the annexation of Inner Mongolia or something, so they were, like,
shit,
really sensitive about people walking around with cameras.
Yeah.
And they had like a whole camera team.
Yeah.
And then the police would like follow them around, stop them in hotel rooms, check their SD cards, destroy some of the data, like just fucking harass them the whole time.
Wow.
And then like at one point they like showed them a computer with like all our information on it, which like looking back isn't a big deal. Of course they have her information. You gotta submit where you live and stuff. It's not like they had to look for that.
Yeah.
But then eventually like people started showing up at our doors. Anytime we went over to Hong Kong, they would like pull us into a room and question us, like stuff that wouldn't happen before. So then we all got the fuck out of there because we were like, enough of this. This is ridiculous. So I thought this was that like do.
Yeah, I thought, why is this all like kind of like sad now? Okay, we're gonna just do random
music,
Chinese.
Man, there's a fucking happy people.
I want to hear the like the fiddle kind of. Yeah, like this. You know, like something out of
Like
Drunken
I'm on an
Master.
adventure in a village.
Like Drunken Master stuff. Do I have an Asian playlist in
like
here?
Old Dirty Bastard.
There we go. Feels Asian. There we go. That goes in the Feel Asian playlist. Yeah, that's all true. Hinshu is all high tech now. Lots of rich people. Is it? Yeah, that's all true. Proz needs to make a family there. Spray hard. Shinjuku's a cyberpunk place. Akihabara is all old now. Akihabara is just like, I mean, everywhere in Tokyo, they're just kind of redeveloping it and getting rid of all the shit that didn't make money or doesn't make money anymore. Like, it used to be like it didn't matter if it made money because Japanese people were the ones that were buying and supporting this. But now, like, a lot of places around Tokyo, it's like all foreign supported. Like, I took him out to Golden Guy, and it's like, he's like, wow, there's a lot of foreigners here. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucks. But at the same time, they're the ones keeping this place alive. They're the ones paying more money than the Japanese people. And so you got to take the good to the bad. But
What's Akihabara? What is that?
Akihabara is Electric Town, where you buy all the video. Super Potato, you went there. It's that area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, Taiwan, though, like, so, okay, so, but why did you choose Taiwan versus, like, going to Korea or going back to Canadian land?
Well, I already spoke some Chinese.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like an upgraded version of China. Like, the streets are cleaner. It's just like a higher quality of life. And all of that's true. But I will say Taiwan isn't exactly an exciting place to live, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, living in China is very adventurous. Shit can go wrong. Shit can go upside down. Your stuff breaks. Like, it's so easy to have an adventure there. But Taiwan's a lot more stable.
Yeah.
Which you could argue is less fun. Like, that's probably why people stop. Like, all these people haven't watched my videos. It's probably because Taiwan, like, nothing bad really happens. It's such a stable place. But it's not very exciting. Like, there's not, I mean, I know Alan's watching. He always says it's as exciting as you make it. You can make it however you want. You know, it's all about your attitude. But I feel like objectively walking around Japan, you're like, there's just simply more shit here for you to do and look at and see. Like, you guys have a lot more culturally exportable things.
Yeah.
Whereas Taiwan doesn't. It struggles with that. It's still figuring out. Like, it's difficult for Taiwanese people because depending on who you ask, they'll give you a different opinion on what Taiwan is and what it should be in the future.
Yeah.
So they need a little bit more time in the oven to come up with their own shit, you know? Right now it's like it's traditional Chinese with Japanese, with American, and like a little bit of their own Taiwanese stuff in there, you know? It's weird.
Prozzy, would you consider moving to Japan?
Fuck yeah, I would. But it's too hard for me to get a visa because I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, so like apparently Prozzy has permanent residency, so he can just do YouTube full time. Like he doesn't need to.
Full-time YouTuber.
Yeah, he's a full-time YouTuber. I was like, hey man, how's the school? And he's like, I don't work. I'm not a teacher anymore. I'm like, what? Like, what about your visa? He's like, no, I'm permanent resident. I can do fucking YouTube full time now. I'm like, oh shit. Well, there you go. But yeah, I mean, I think you could get it, but the thing is that like you could get an agency here. Like they have one called Tokyo Creative that basically like you can get, like they sponsor a bunch of YouTubers here, but I'm guessing like they get kickbacks. So like they'll hire you because like you can't get a visa unless you're getting paid by these companies. So what they do is they probably just introduce these YouTubers to a bunch of sponsors, and then they take a percentage of that is equal to like probably $2,000 or more or something.
Yeah, that's what our agency does too for people who don't have permanent residency.
Yeah, so that's probably how that works. But yeah, I don't know, man. But I mean, if you really wanted to, you do that. But then the catch is you got to learn Japanese though if you want to live in Japan, or at least if you want to live outside Tokyo, you got to learn Japanese. Otherwise, you're gonna be sad and incel-y and on Reddit talking shit. You know.
Well, the other issue is like I don't know if I can shift my content to Japanese stuff because it's like right now my audience is like 70 to 80% Taiwanese. And the rest is foreigner. Whereas if I came over to Japan, I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. You guys have so many YouTubers here.
Yeah, we do have a lot of YouTubers here, but I think it's. I don't think like just because there's an oversaturation. I mean, like what is it? Like, I mean, I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Andrew Tate or something. But I remember one thing he said, like during an interview I was watching, and he brought up a good point. He's like, Logan Paul has viewers. I have fans. He's like, if I move platforms, there's going to be a lot of people that come with me just to stick with me. He's like, Logan Paul just gets off YouTube. No one gives a shit. No one's going to go over to fucking Rumble or whatever. And it's like, I think if you have a good fan base, they'll follow you, you know? But it just depends on what kind of fan base do you want to garner, you know? And that's the thing. Like, sometimes you got to, that's the thing. It's like you get stuck pigeonholing doing the same thing over and over again. And then, like, that's your one job, you know? That's why I do, like, 5 different jobs and, like, just use my YouTube money as, like, fun money, you know? Because it's just, like, I never want to be dependent on one thing. But at the same time, when you're a YouTuber, like, that's the thing. Like, if you're doing this for creative value or you're doing it for money, like, which one is more? It's kind of hard, you know? Because if you get stuck doing videos you don't like, you got to keep doing them, you know? Otherwise, you might lose money. So it's like,
well, that's the
tough.
thing. Like, sponsor videos is how we make most of our money.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a thing here.
They have a bunch of sponsors. Like Pearl was in the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but she does like Sakura Box. Like, she does a bunch of different Japan-centered sponsors, so you could find some. But I mean, the whole thing is, it's just like anything is only worth as much as you effort and time you want to build up into it, you know? And so, God, I just, like, Taiwan's so hot, man. Like, how do you deal with that? You know? We were talking about this last night, but it's just so hot, and you guys don't have escalators in your fucking subway. You have to climb 7 flights of stairs in the fucking 39 degrees Celsius heat, and just, Yeah. How are people not melting? Just melting into the ground everywhere.
Well, there's 2 things that people say they hate the most about living in Taiwan. One of them is the weather, and the other one is the traffic. And you're right, the weather is unforgivable. It's disgusting. Like, people think Tokyo is hot, and it is, but Taiwan in the summer, and it's a long fucking summer.
Yeah.
It's just unforgivable, and it's unrelenting. It's disgusting. It's the worst. And it sucks because, like, even if there is stuff to do, you can't do it because it's so fucking hot. I really like riding motorcycles. I have a Honda Rebel I ride around up there, and it's fun. But half the time, you know, if it's noon, I can't go I mean, I can, but, like, it's fucking hot. It sucks, you know? So there's a lot of outdoor activities. A lot of people just say, like, oh, you can just go into the mountains. But it's like, oh, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
So you have to spend all this time to go out of your way to do... Yeah, dude.
And it's getting hotter. Taiwan, from what I hear from a lot of Taiwanese people, it wasn't always that hot, and it's getting hot, and it's not like Taiwanese people are used to it. You hear them complain. As soon as a Taiwanese person walks into the sun, it's the first thing you hear. Like,
so hot, so very hot.
They say that. Yeah. It's good Chinese, man. I didn't know you could.
I know. I'm pretty good at it, right? You know,
Yeah.
I got it down. I'm there. It's true. It's hard for Taiwan to have their own culture at this point in history. Holy shit! 2 YouTubers I watched the same live stream. Yeah, dude. Powers combined. Captain Planet. Taiwan is just like Canada. It hardly has its own identity. Well, show your meat. That's right, Mike. We do it. Nice seeing you, brother. Nice seeing you too, dude. Good analogy. Taiwan's like Canada, U.S. No shade. Taiwan's dope, but it's just not really guys' own thing. Yeah. Praz should live in Japan. Praz, do you play video games?
I do.
What do you play?
Lately I've been playing No Man's Sky on the Switch. I bought that it's a half real-time, half turn-based strategy game.
Are you talking about like Civilization style, kind of like Build Your City, SimCity War Simulator kind of games?
A little bit. I do play Civ as well. But it's like you start in Japan and you choose your clan.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the Hojo and the Takeda.
Well, are you playing this on PC or Nintendo?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. And you like raise an army and you take over Japan during the Shinkoku Jidai or whatever the fuck, I don't know, whatever goddamn era.
Yeah,
well, Tokugawa, that guy.
When Asian people are killing Asian people, that's when it was happening.
It's a fun fucking game. I've been playing it a year. It came out in 2011. I still play it today. It's
what
ridiculous.
system do you play more
PC.
of? Yeah, PC.
Yeah. I have a Switch, but I don't play it as often as PC.
Yeah, I got God, what game was, I don't know, Switch games. I think I was playing Mario or something. Recently I'm just playing Persona 5 on PlayStation 4, but I was playing that Ghost of Tsushima game for a while. That game's fun.
As fuck.
It's
I
so
really
good.
Play it. Yeah.
It's so good. It's one of those games where it's like, it will reward you once you actually, because I noticed for games like Elden Ring or something.
Also a great game.
For games like this, well, if you know it, I don't know it that well, but for games like that, they make you level up in order to get better. But like in Ghost of Tsushima, if you learn how to do, if you know the controls, you could like beat the first boss.
Yeah, and you
in
can
the
do
first
that in
one,
Elden
you know.
Ring as well. It's hard, but you can definitely do it in Elden Ring. But yeah, it looks fun. I really want to play Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't had the chance yet, but it looks fucking fun. It's kind of like an
you're gonna love it.
RPG-ish.
Well,
It has RPG elements, but it's like an open world. Fuck around.
it's
with
kind of like
swords.
Zelda and killing Mongolians, pretty much.
What do you think of the new controversy around Assassin's Creed? Because apparently, I watched a video on this. I don't know if it won.
Yeah.
Black Samurai was pretty much completely made up by one fucking
Yeah,
dude.
by the British guy that lives in Chiba.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that because like Yasuke is kind of like, the thing is that he was real, or at least there's documents talking about he was real, but it's kind of like a tall tale thing as far as I'm aware. Like it's kind of like Pecos Bill or Paul Bunyan kind of thing, like where it's like, oh well, he might have been real, but there's like only like 2 scrolls or something saying that like
Johnny
there was a guy.
Appleseed.
And so I don't think that having a Black Samurai is a bad idea, but like what do you call it, seesaw or whatever, right? Like Assassin's Creed is like, well, it's always been fictional history, but then they go out of their way to say this is an accurate representation of history with our little twist on it. And I'm like, well, that's a really big fucking twist, though. That's not a little twist. Like I don't know, after all like the fucking Asian hate that's happening in the US where black people are attacking Asian people, and then you make a game where it's like a big giant black guy is like domineering over Asian people and just killing them.
Smacking around Japanese people with
Like,
a giant wooden stick.
like,
Like what the fuck?
There's a big group of Japanese people like Assassin's Creed, and like they finally get a game, and the character is like a big giant black guy, and it's like, who plays video games the most in Japan? It's men. So you know, it's like that. Oh yeah, you didn't watch Chasing Amy. Well, it's like that thing where it's like, you know, you're trying to tell us, you know, like you take Darth Vader, the blackest, most badass, strong motherfucker in the universe, and you make up some crusty old white guy. You're just trying to tell us that all of us black folks want to be white. And then he's like, yeah. And they're like, so you're saying to all these love playing video games that they all want to be a giant black guy who kills Japanese people? And they're like, well, yeah, I mean, did you not want? Sorry, did we miss the point here or something? I don't know, man. It's so stupid. It's funny because there's another YouTuber called It's a Gundam, and like I helped him research his stuff for his video that he released on that, and like, yeah, that's I don't know, rights movement game, but you're a KKK member or something.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not that guy though, and they're like, but look, there's a story behind it, and it's kind of accurate. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I want to play, like, you know, I'm the kind of guy that when I play video games, I always pick a dude, like a big burly dude, because I'm like, yeah, that's me, that's virtual me, and I feel like I don't know, it's just,
I mean, it's like there's a reason they didn't film Fast and Furious in Taiwan.
oh, why?
They'd just be crashing.
Yeah.
It'd just be
You know,
the first scene would just be them reversing into somebody. You know, that's how they execute
Cool,
you
Fast
in
and
Taiwan,
Furious.
dude.
Yeah, they fucking just
that's
run.
capital punishment. They
There
just
you
hit you
go.
with their car.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome. Fuck. Let me catch up on chat here. What civilization do you like to play?
I've played 4, 5, and 6, but I play 6 for now. I like it. A lot of people don't.
Are they? Can you beat those games? Like, does it have an ending to it?
Yeah,
when
there's
you're-
different types of endings. You can take over the world with science, culture, domination, religion.
Oh, that's cool. I should try those. I never really.
Another one
I was
I
never
forget.
good at those games, so I never really tried
Oh,
to
it's
get
fun,
into
man.
them.
You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be like. It's fun.
I think I'd like it now more than when like those games first came out.
Yeah, like what civilization would you play?
No, I mean
Rome?
the ones that I played, I guess it's like early 2000s. I tried, like I bought them in like the PC bargain bin and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, like is that technically? That's not RTS. RTS is like
That's real-time
StarCraft.
strategy.
Yeah.
This
So
is turn-based.
yeah, deep. Yeah, I'm happy that you
What
watched
is
me
that?
play.
That's a Japanese game I never even heard
It's
of.
an RPG where, you know, JRPGs are usually like taking place in some kind of like reality or something, and this one takes place in modern day Tokyo, and basically the whole game is that you get superpowers to go into people who are bad. You can dive into their psyche, like into an alternate dimension in their brain, and then you can kill the bad side of them, and then they reform. And the cool thing about this game is that not only is it based in real like contemporary Tokyo, but a lot of the bad guys are actually based off of real news like something that happened in the news. Like the first guy that you fight is a ex-Olympian gym teacher who was like sexually molesting his students and like pushing some of them to suicide, and that apparently happened in real life here. So they made a fictional version of that guy in the game.
How
So
do you not get sued for like defamation or something?
well, I don't know. I guess when it's true and everyone hates you can kind of do whatever you want. What is it? Yo, Father, what's up, KO? How you doing? Just got 6 on Steam. It seems like there's nowhere as good as 4. Ghost is rad. Beat it recently. Hell yeah. Anyone else getting a lot of buffering? Are you guys getting buffering at all?
I think he's talking about our buffering.
I got some buff for you. Yeah. Get that 5G, Sam. I put it on a buff or 2. I got a job interview tomorrow at 2 p.m. Hopefully, yeah, I hope you get it, dude. Yeah, buffering for me, too. It takes that little segments complete. Really, guys, let me check my YouTube thing. I don't think,
Maybe it's this music.
Yeah, no, the music's killing the Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah.
Here, let me just click out of a bunch
we
of
went on
stuff.
for a while, and they couldn't hear us.
It says right now, it says excellent connection. Are you guys really, is it really fucking with the audio that much, guys? Here, let me just click out of all these extra apps that are on right now. Maybe that might help. Okay. Is there any other browser open right now? Just the Chinese music, the totally accurate Chinese music. Sometimes I question life. They're only on sale right now for... I'm back in Europe. Will be 9 weeks. Oh, yeah. What's up, Ninja Monkey? This guy is like a whole channel based on just like updating tourist information about Japan. It's pretty cool. So whenever someone's like, what's the best hotel or like, where should I go to? I'm like, yeah, just check out Ninja Monkey. He's cool. Any comment on the Black Myth Wukong Chinese company? I love how they didn't do any SJW shit. They're like, there's no black people in the game, and they're like, yeah, fuck you. It's a Chinese game. Fuck off, you know. There's no lesbians. And it's like, it's a fucking monkey. It's a movie. It's a game about a monkey in ancient China. Where are the lesbians and black people, Prozzy? Where are they?
That's the Monkey King. Right?
Yeah, the Monkey King.
I didn't really. I saw a review on it, but it got okay reviews. I watched Game Ranks.
I don't know that one, but I know that I don't really think like I don't know, I don't really want to support a Chinese company since they really hate video games. They don't want kids playing video games and shit there, and like they censor American stuff and stuff. So I like that they didn't bow down to like the SJW shit, but at the same time, like, nah, like, you know, they're just, I don't know. China steals technology from everybody and then says it's theirs, and then they profit off of it, and then they use their money to buy shit around the world to fucking, I don't know. It's bad. Yeah, guys, hold on. I'm not reading the fucking chat every 5 seconds like I normally do. We're having fun. We're catching up on the chat, dude. I'll stop when it returns. Are you streaming with Tom Cruise? The fuck? It sounds
Tom
okay. Yeah. Just buffered once. Maybe sell the bitcoins you stole from me. Audio's fine. Yeah, I want to do it again. Oh my God, George is here. Yeah, George. This is Georgie boy. He's this guy who grew up in Japan and now he lives in Vegas, and he owns. He got like super rich selling like how to learn Japanese. Like he was one of the first guys who like made a textbook that went like viral on Amazon or something. So like he made like he's really popular, and then he has a YouTube channel based around all those Japanese learning materials and stuff. I feel ignored. I will lower my head in shame and leave the Japanese Ammo Misa stream. There you go. I saw you, George. They created it. Yeah, what is it? He's behind in chat, George. Yeah, George, don't be a little butthurt, bitch. Yeah, screw Chinese game companies. What's Tom Cruise doing on the stream? Tom Cruise. You're Tom Cruise.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, but thanks, Chinese game companies, for not being woke. Yeah, at least we can do that. Return my Bitcoin. I'm going to rep you to Elon Musk. That's right. Return George's Bitcoin. I know, right? That fucking Bitcoin. It's mine now. No, I'm keeping it. I don't know. If you gave me Bitcoin, that's awesome. If you gave me Bitcoin, though, thanks, George.
You're not getting it back.
You're not getting it back. It's mine now. My butt only hurts because of what you did last night. You sexy man, you.
You were with me last night.
Yeah, I was with Prozzy last night. You're lying. What's up with the Bitcoin? Where are the hookers and blow? I know, right? But yeah, so I don't know, man. Like I mean, like I mentioned it in the like last night to you. But do you feel like if something fucked up happened in Taiwan or something, like, do you think you could openly talk about it without getting attacked, or like you just have to purposely ignore that shit? Like, for example, like we were talking about that streamer who threw like a piece of
Sure.
shit or whatever. Like he threw like a banana peel into the forest, and they're like, we gotta get this guy. And it's like, dude, I remember like Taiwan's the one country where I hear about machine guns, like machine gun accidents or like incidents the most and shit. And I'm like, you're gonna get angry at a foreigner for throwing a banana? I bet there's some foreigners who did a lot more fucked up shit than that. You're just angry at him because he's online and like, you know, he's got a presence or something.
Yeah, I mean, the court of public opinion is definitely a thing in Taiwan. You can have like the local population turn on you for seemingly silly things. I like to be a little bit more positive about it and like to think that Taiwanese people are more reasonable.
Yeah.
And so if you can like state your case, for example, if I'm the guy who throws a banana peel outside my car window,
Yeah.
and then someone records it and then makes a whole video and the fucking country freaks out, I could then make a video and be like, it's biodegradable. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. The thing is, like, Taiwanese people are so strict about where they separate their trash. But if you can kind of tell people, like, listen, like, you separate all your food waste. They separate their food waste from cooked and non-cooked food. That's how strict they are. So when they see a non-cooked food getting thrown out the window and not being separated and put into its direct thing, they don't get it. It's like, all that non-cooked food, I guarantee you, is going into soil somewhere to, like...
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it kind of sucks. And there's some of my YouTuber friends that are really big, like much bigger than I am, like millions of subscribers. Like their biggest fear is their reputation being ruined.
Yeah.
And so they have to be really careful of what they say and what they do. And they're constantly tiptoeing. But you know this whole story. Like, you know, remember years ago you put a GoPro on a sushi
Yeah.
train and Japan lost its goddamn mind and like tried to cancel you. Then like a year or two later, it comes out on like 9gag and like 4chan and all these like outside of Japan people are watching this little video of the thing going around and people are loving it. They're like, wow, this is such a cool inside view into
that
daily
happened-
Japanese life. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
once Japanese people saw what a positive light it showed their country and they turned around and went, oh yeah, Sam,
Yeah.
love that guy. You know,
Yeah.
so what did you do? Did you just wait it out? Or?
Well, yeah, because like one of my buddies was like, "You should just make more videos about sushi and just like ride that train." I'm like, "Nah." Like I purposely just only released motorcycle videos after that, where I didn't show my face and like, but yeah, I mean like that was what do you call it? Like I released that video a month after Logan Paul's like suicide forest thing happened, so they were looking for blood specifically from white people with blonde hair. So. Yeah, I mean, it was bad timing, right? Like, it was good place, bad timing. But, yeah, I just wrote that out. In Japan, they have a saying that, a proverb that says, hate dies in 145 days. So, like, if you wait 6 months, people will go on to the next scandal. Like, people are always angry, but they don't have consistent anger. They're always just angry at stuff, and then they'll find new stuff to be angry at.
That's kind of how it is in Taiwan as well.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I think that it's just, like, for me, I consider myself kind of a Japanese nationalist, though. Like, you know, I really, it pisses me off when people who don't speak or read Japanese have an opinion about how bad this place is.
Oh, okay, sure.
Or, well, I mean, there's also weebs online who, like, they want to defend Japan. They're never going to live here. They're never going to move here. And they're like, you fucking ruined Japan for me, you asshole. And I'm like, why aren't you here? You come here. You be the guy then, you know?
I think it's crazy that there's people who come here and not like Japan. I mean,
I know.
if you don't like living in Japan, you're not going to like living anywhere else in Asia.
Yeah.
Because it's nowhere... Oh, fuck, I shouldn't say this. I'll get in trouble. But you know, like how in Asia, there's like almost like an unwritten or an unspoken tier of Asian countries.
Yep.
And Japan is consistently ranked at the top.
Yeah,
Whether you... And
yeah.
people are going to get angry, like especially Taiwanese people get angry, or Chinese people will definitely get angry for me saying that. But it's the most developed, modern, clean one.
There's a reason why all the other Asian people move to Japan versus move to Korea or move to fucking China or move to Vietnam or something or Philippines. They all want to move to Japan. And like, in fact, a lot of Chinese people, like that's become kind of a problem because a lot of Chinese people, you can buy your visa into this country country pretty much. If you got enough money, you can set up a company, like a shill company, because you're just paying the government. They don't care. And then you just you can speed run your way to permanent residency, especially if you buy property. And Japan doesn't really have caps on that. Like anyone can buy property. You don't even need a visa. But they're getting pissed off because Chinese people are starting to do the same thing they did in Canada, where they buy they buy shit, but then they don't live there, and it's just like an asset. So like if they get kicked out of China, they have money to spend when they get out. But it's like they're doing that now in Japan, and they're all pissed off. And it's
Why would
like
you do that in Japan when you can buy a house for like $5 and some blueberries? What the fuck assets is that gonna give you?
yeah, well, I mean, because it's like Japanese market for like city housing is always going up. It's never decreasing. So if you buy now, it's going to be more expensive later. It's just like that's why they keep redeveloping Tokyo and shit and building all these new buildings around here because it's just going to go up.
That while the population of Japan is dropping, Tokyo is actually growing.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, like Japan had
Is
like
that true?
Japan has now like what 121 million plus people. In 1950, it had like 50 million or something. So like it doubled over the last like 50, 70 years, right? So it's at the peak that it's always been at. And so when all these people are like, well, the Japanese population is going to be low, and I'm like, well, it was low back then in 1950. So like, who gives a shit, you know? Like that's what happens. Like people, like they build up towns, and then people move out of those towns when there's not people anymore, but there's still always going to be people around, And so it's like, oh, the Japanese population is going to decrease. And it's like, so like they'll find a way to figure, it's like fucking Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park, life finds a way, yeah. So
but is that true that Tokyo's growing while the rest of the country is kind of?
I think Tokyo's growing. Tokyo's expanding always. I mean, you look at a picture of Tokyo from like Google Maps, and it's just this giant fucking metropolis, So
is it like people get sick and tired of living in like little villages or towns where nothing's going on? They just move here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the whole third place talk, right? I mean, like in America, we used to. You think of a third place, you think of like that scene in Back to the Future where he's like in the town square and there's all these people walking around and there's parks and stuff that you can hang out. And like in America, like there's nothing like that. We used to have malls, but now no one goes to malls. So it's just like work, home, strip malls. Yeah, there's like no place to actually go and feel like you're around, like you're part of something, And in Japan, especially Tokyo's great. If somebody's an asshole to you, fuck it. Like there's a million people to replace that guy, Like if you lose your job but you want a similar job, you can find it in Tokyo, Like Tokyo is the options here.
I will say that's what I really like about this city. Like even you and I walking around, you're saying hi to people. There's different spots you go to and hang out, all within walking distance. It feels like a real kind of community in a way.
Yeah.
We don't really have that necessarily.
You guys are spread out,
kind of.
It's
so spread out in Taiwan. Like I said yesterday. We were chatting off camera. Maybe it was on camera. It doesn't matter. There's no zoning laws, right? And so all the bars are spread out throughout the city, right? Like if you came to visit me in Taichung City, we would go to probably these two bars that are like 5 minutes from each other. Then we'd have to get in a taxi and go to another bar that's opened a little bit later. And I know Sam likes a bit of clubbing.
Baby seals. Yeah.
We'd have to get into a taxi, go to the clubs, and then, well, that's it. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so spread out. There's no area. There's no central area for all the nightlife and bars to happen in. And so it's everywhere. And the other problem, too, is like you just can't win. Our good buddy, this old British fellow, he opened up Britannia, this bar, and he had to shut down because there's no winning. You open a bar, but again, no zoning laws. So
yeah.
There's like a whole family that lives above your bar, and there's a family that lives next to your bar. And like, if you get busy, you get successful, you make money, then they call the police, they come, shut you down, and then, okay, well, now I can only be open until 11 o'clock to keep the noise down. Who the fuck wants to go to a British pub that closes at 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
You can't win. And so no one opens a bar because there's people, they gotta sleep. You can't blame them. They didn't move in above a bar. The bar moved in under them.
Yeah.
So what you'll see often happening in Taiwan is like a bar will open, it'll be there for a year, and then it shuts down. Same thing with restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of happens with... Luckily, it's happening less, I feel. Like, it used to happen a lot in Tokyo where something you would like opened up for like only a year, and then they had to shut down. But luckily, like...
Why would they have to shut down?
Just because not enough customers to come in and sustain them or something,
Rent is so expensive for these places?
Rent and, you have to do... Like, basically, if you want to open up a bar or like any kind of food or drink place, you have to do like 10 times the amount of like bureaucratic bullshit to keep it open and stuff, you know. And so that like, you know, and if you're a business manager and you're in charge of fucking HR and hiring people and inventory and like marketing and shit, like, and then on top of that you got to fucking keep up with all these different fucking licenses every couple months. Like it's overwhelming and stuff. So
Yeah, in Taiwan it's all run through the mob, and so like, legally speaking, you can't get your alcohol license. It's really, at least it's really, really hard for bars to get an actual bar license.
Yeah.
So a lot of them technically on paper are tea shops. And they'll sell tea, but it's a bar. What happened was like 15 years ago, summers around then.
Yeah.
There was a fire that happened in Taichung City.
Okay.
In this foreigner bar. Taichung used to be the party capital of Asia. If you go on old forums and stuff, it's like everyone wants to go to Taichung.
Like hookers and blow kind of shit.
Fucking insanity.
Hell
Absolute
yeah.
insanity.
Hell yeah.
And there was this one bar, I don't remember the name of it, but it burned down and it killed a few people, including a couple of foreigners. And so the government officials came in, put their foot down, and shut down all the bars in the city. And so Taichung absolutely died for a couple of years.
Oh, that sucks.
And it's still a little bit dead. Like, so now there's bars, but like I said, they're all tea shops, technically speaking, because you just can't get your liquor license anymore. So.
Yeah, when I went to Kaohsiung, like that was the like at the nightlife shit. That was so fucking boring because it was just like there was like you'd find a bar but nobody's there, you know. And it's kind of like, I mean, to be fair, Tokyo's special like that. Like if you went to Chiba or like a second tier city outside Tokyo, they have like their own area of drinking, but there's like gonna be like 3 people there. There's like, it's one of those things where you have to invite everybody. You got to make it an event because everyone's either gonna take a taxi home, which costs like $50 to $70 plus or something.
Right.
I mean, like that's the great thing about Tokyo is that like if you and your friends from your area go to party in another area, you guys can just split the cab ride home. It's not even that big a deal, you know. But or if you can ride those like scooters or bicycles home or something, like, you know, like there's options. And if you're living in a city where it's all spread out or like it's mostly car oriented city, then yeah, I don't know, some people want to be where everything's happening, and some people want to be where it's more spread out, where they can have a bigger house and they don't mind having to drive everywhere. But that's the nice thing about Tokyo. You don't need to do that if you don't want to, you know?
Sure. And I should also say, like, that's just nightlife I'm talking about. If you're someone who's into, like, free diving or mountain climbing or hiking or these kind of outdoor camping, Taiwan's great for that kind of thing. If you can deal with the heat.
Yeah, dude, this... I think I went there in June or something. It was just hot.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's not nightlife, then you're going to be doing things in the daytime, like a healthy type of...
Yeah.
But it's so hot that it's like, it's very difficult to actually enjoy those things because it's just so punishingly hot.
Let's catch up on chat here.
Let's get back to the chat.
Let's get back to the chat. Let's see. Chinese music, I love it. That's right, Nathan. Yeah, I got mad at the GoPro, and then they started the teens licking the sushi. Yeah, I put a GoPro on there, but there were teens actually like going and licking stuff and putting it back. Like, it was way more unsanitary.
You caught them doing that?
No, they started, like, it was on TikTok, like that. Oh. Like, that was the thing. Like, that's the thing a lot of people don't understand is that like most of the people.
Too. It was like a kid doing it, but like just a little kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there's
you guys have that Kura sushi.
It was something where it was like a bunch of people doing it. Like there was like one kid, like there's a video of this woman and her kids are licking all the spoons and then putting them back. And then there was a couple, like, I don't know, it just became like a mind virus where people are doing stupid shit and like, you know, licking stuff and then putting back and like that. And so because of that now, like they try to put everything in little packets for a lot of places instead of just communal.
Dude, I bet you if we had that similar type of restaurant in Canada, our dumbass teenagers would be doing the same thing. I don't think that's Japanese.
Well, that's the thing about like
that looks a lot like Taiwan.
Yeah, I think, well, this is on autoplay right now, so maybe Taiwan. But it's like, I mean, I was watching an old video I uploaded like 14 years ago or something. And it talks about like people who complain about Japan and racism. And it's like, look, there's a big difference between like I can't find an apartment versus like I'm going to get attacked because of like the way I look or something. Like, you know, there's, for anybody who complains about Japan, I'm like, I guarantee wherever you came from is way worse. Like, you know, you've got nothing to complain about here. Like you are an attention seeking little crybaby. Yeah, what is it? They got mad at, what is it? People Father, say you what's up late, my favorite Argentinian, not German son. I came and saw I had kids here in Japan. Yeah. You caught that one? Yep. Imagine the government taking away jobs where you live and then move the city for the job. This is a lie. Yeah, that sucks. Japan's going to be all right. Millions of people would move there in a heartbeat. Yeah. Dude, I live in Chiba and the population has tripled since 2020. Yeah, man. Like it's big now.
Where's Chiba? What is that?
Chiba's like the New Jersey. It's like right next to Tokyo.
Oh, but it's not a part of Tokyo.
Nah, it's just next to
okay.
Tokyo.
Part
Father,
of my ignorance.
Yep.
I don't live here.
Father, best wishes from Argentina. I know, right, son? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the good mad about the pro. Father, best wishes. I came here so I could. God damn, I hate it how like I'll scroll down, but then it just pops me up for some
Yeah,
reason.
'cause someone else posts, right?
Yeah.
And it brings you back. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, dude, I live in Chiba. What is it, Cali? British pubs are normally closed at 11. I think the British pubs here usually close around 11 to 12. But
Is he in England though?
I don't know.
It says in Britain, yeah. I was in England during Christmas, and the pub, like your family pub, like your local pub,
yeah.
those would close a little bit earlier. But then, like, I went to Liverpool. Me and Alan would just like take the cab into downtown Liverpool, and there's like pubs open all night long. I thought I was gonna get stabbed in Liverpool. Everybody talks about Scouse people being fucking lunatics, and they are. I had a great time.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit. Is that Prazi? I used to see him back in the day in China. The Serpent's Head A, Lao 86.
And then I died, and now it just resurrected me. I woke up in Sam's basement.
Isn't it funny how, like, well, I mean, that's why I tagged Winston and Matt in the Twitter thing, because it's like, we stayed. And I understand why they left, but I'm like, they could have gone to Taiwan. They could have gone to Japan, but no, they went back. I get it, though. Winston doesn't ever want to go back to South America or whatever, one of the things, you know. They're both, wonderful places, 10 out of 10. But, like, I understand that if he went to America, it would be better to become an American citizen and then move versus having to deal with the South African bullshit each time he goes somewhere. So I get it.
Well, it's also they had kids, right? And raising your family in Asia and putting them through the school system here is something else, you know?
Yeah, that's one thing, man, that I worry about. It's like Japan is very safe and it's very clean and modern, but that's because a lot of people go through the ringer here and in the school system, and it basically puts them in this kind of like fixed mindset where they can't be creative, they don't want to stand out, you know, and it's like, I don't know if I want my kids to, like, my future legal bastards, you know, to like have that kind of mindset, because I'm worried that even though I'll be their father and I'm pretty badass, like, they're going to be mostly in school, and I don't know, I don't like what Japanese schools teach you. They teach you how to be robots. I mean, same thing as public school in America, right?
Yeah,
it just
crushes their personality to
dirty
the point where
commie
they're just
bullshit.
empty shells of what they once were.
Exactly.
As kids. Yeah, for sure.
It makes them great slaves. It doesn't make them good, you know, great people. I want to go to SA. Serpent said A is right. That's right. Sam used to have an STD babies. What the fuck? We're all going either apartment eating Japanese. What? If you choose the right thing, you'll be Gooch. Wow, you call me a bastard. Yep. Don't want to be creative. Okay, I don't know what we're talking about here. This is like a whole other conversation going on here.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my favorite old bar in Taipei, beer and cheese. It had to shut down due to noise complaints.
Yeah.
Dude, when I moved into this building, like, they had a thing in the contract that says, do not ever call us about noise complaints. You live in the loud part of fucking Tokyo. So yeah, I don't know. In Taiwan,
what's crazy is that you guys have excellent noise insulation from the outside of your building.
Yeah.
But I have heard from friends that the interior walls are kind of shit.
It depends on the building. Like, this building's got like concrete, so it's actually, you have to like really jump and be loud. But I don't know. I mean, like, Japanese people, I think they have like I was telling you last night, Kyotsukai, which means like, you know, being considerate of others. Like, that's a big thing here. So it's like, I was watching this Japanese guy's video on YouTube, and he was talking about in his place, the walls are so thin, but like everyone's considerate of everybody else, so they all just use headphones. Like, and I was like, shit. I was like, I don't know if I ever want to be that considerate, you know?
What is the wall made of? Just wood? Or
well, no, I think it's just, there's insulation, but I don't know. It must be something that's
like
just
drywall or something.
Probably something like that.
We
you
can't
know?
even use drywall in Taiwan because it would just rot.
It would just
mold.
rot, mold.
So everything is made of concrete, but what that means is, like, if your neighbors are having a conversation outside, you can hear them.
Yeah.
I'm on the 8th floor. I can hear everything my neighbors say down on the ground.
Fucking like
It's so loud.
That was one thing that was like a big like shock to me when I was going into Taipei was that like there's black mold on all the buildings.
Everywhere.
Just because it's so fucking hot and
The
shit.
biggest shock
yeah.
for me when I was in Tokyo was like all these buildings. Like I can tell that building was built in like 85 or whatever. It looks
Yeah.
brand fucking new.
Yeah, they
But
take
in Taiwan, they don't give a fuck. They don't
yeah.
take care of it. So everything is dirty. Even in Taipei, in Tokyo, some of the you don't even know where they keep the AC units.
Yeah.
Like they have a special place somewhere where they don't show it.
For the office buildings, they're all on the roof.
That's crazy. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Taiwan, they're just hanging off the side of the building. There's bars on the windows. It looks fucking terrible. Taiwanese people don't give a shit about what their cities look like. They don't care at all. I mean, they'll all complain that they look ugly, but they don't give it. They're not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah.
And the reason they say that is because Taiwan's so hot and it's so humid that they can't use building materials to make it look nice like in Japan because it would all mold and fall apart. But I don't know if that's true because Tokyo is just as hot and humid most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know how it works out. I mean, like that's one of the nice.
How do they keep the buildings so clean? Do they spray them down or something?
I wonder. I've never seen somebody with like a pressure sprayer or
Well, that's what I'm
something.
saying. How do
But
you keep the dirt off all the windows?
I don't know. Well, they do actively clean the windows
Or,
in,
sorry, like
in
the
office
walls, like-
buildings. But yeah, for the walls, I don't know, man. I mean, like, that's one of the nice things about Tokyo during the summer. I mean, like you came here during a particular summer. Like it never gets this stormy in Tokyo, where
Right.
guys, like it flooded. Like in Tokyo, like 2 days ago, like parts of the. If you go on my Twitter, you can see all the videos I retweeted. Like Tokyo's not used to getting this much rain, and like a lot of places flooded. Like even water was spouting up from the manholes and shit. But the great thing is that like Tokyo gets hot, but then it rains and it cools down. Like all this cement, like Tokyo, they call Tokyo Heat Island during summer because the ACs expel all this hot CO2.
Right, you get that urbanization.
Yeah, and then the everything, cement, asphalt, just what is it, like absorbs all the heat. But when it rains, like it releases all that heat, so it's actually very nice and cool. But I don't know, maybe that's why. Maybe the rain kind of blows it away. I don't know. I mean, like
well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, because if you in Taiwan, you could like run your finger, or you can clean your balcony the next day, run your finger, and it's just a thick layer of dust and dirt. China's the same way.
Yeah. Well, when I was in Chiba, a lot of like Chinese sand. For some reason, they call it Chinese sand. Yellow sand would come over, and yeah, we would keep the windows open at the school, and like it would just be yellow dust. But that was only during like really windy times of the year. But I don't know. Well, yeah, man, Prozzy's so right. Taipei is such an ugly city.
It is.
Also, wires are everywhere in Taiwan. Yeah, I mean,
It's the same in Japan, isn't it?
yeah, wires are everywhere in Japan. I mean, that's the thing that kind of scary. It's like if you get out of the building, if an earthquake happens, then they're just like, oh, I'm great, and then it's like all the fucking wires.
Power
Like,
lines,
yeah, you're
yeah.
like But you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. I kind of like it though, because like I've seen places like in India where it's just like a giant cobweb of fucking electricity. I'm like, yeah, that's a fire right there.
Taiwan
Japan's
does
not
have a
like
lot
that.
Taiwan has that in a lot of places, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Like Taipei is the most Japanese-esque city you can go to in Taiwan.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not that Japanese. I think Taiwan's issue with the heat is like, I don't know if it's the pollution or the fact that it's an island, but like,
Yeah.
so islands are naturally humid because they
Yeah.
trap in all the humidity, and so that's how they get humid. But like, it's so hard for Taiwan to lose that heat. So even at nighttime,
Yeah.
the temperature it might cool down by like 1 or 2 or 3 degrees, but that's it. All that heat is trapped there, and it can't escape the atmosphere, or like it just can't go anywhere. So it's hot all the time.
Yeah, it's like like in Taiwan, like do you need a car or a motorcycle to get everywhere?
Well, okay, so if you're living in Taipei, you can just use the MRT, the subway system. It's great.
Yeah.
If you live anywhere outside of Taipei, you need a scooter.
Yeah.
For
Why
sure
is
you
it
need a
that
scooter.
is like are motorcycles not are they hard to like? Are they expensive or something? Why does everyone ride a scooter instead of a motorcycle in Taipei?
They're cheaper.
Oh yeah.
The other problem with Taiwan is that we pay a shitload in import taxes. I'll give you an example. My motorcycle I bought, it's a Honda Rebel 500. I bought it brand new from the Honda dealership. I paid 300,000 NT. Whatever that is in your...
William, how much is 300,000 Taiwan dollars?
Look that up right now. Anyways, but then I looked up the price at the Honda dealership here.
Yeah.
It was 183,000 NT.
So
Almost
it's
half.
Almost half. Shit. Yeah, well, I mean, whenever you buy foreign stuff, I mean, like that. It's so funny when I ride my motorcycle around. People are like,
It's 1.36 million yen.
"Oh shit!" So like 13 grand Japan money kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know how much that is in dollars, but like that's like it's like $13,000 Japan
That's how
money.
much it costs in Japan, though. Only
Oh
800
shit!
grand.
It's only $8,000 or whatever
So
in Japan.
I paid double for my motorcycle just because of import taxes. So people don't drive motorcycles because they're so fucking expensive that no one can afford them. Only like true enthusiasts can afford a motorcycle.
Why did they get rid of why did they ban motorcycles
They
in
didn't-
China?
Oh, in China they did because it's seen as something that it's like poor, and for pollution reasons. So a lot of people only have electric ones, but even those are getting banned. So they don't want China to have a bad image and to have these like really shitty two-stroke putt-putt garbage scooters driving around doesn't look good for the country, so they ban them all. Petrol-powered scooters and bikes, but electric ones are still fine. So you see a lot of people in China driving those like really shitty bicycle, like they have pedals,
Yeah.
like, and they're like powered
The
by a
e-bikes,
12-volt battery.
yeah.
They're garbage, yeah. They're so unsafe. So yeah, I was surprised how many people ride scooters in Tokyo, though.
That didn't used to be a thing until a couple of years ago. Because, in America, you just ride and then you just throw it wherever you want, right? But here, they have designated parking spots for them and stuff. So you have to bring them back or else, they fine you up the ass for this stuff.
No, I'm talking about, actual, like a moped.
Oh, like moped? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's cheaper and easier to get an automatic, what do you call it? Like automatic bike license than
Are you have a different license for scooter or motorcycle?
Yeah, well, we have one for manual, and one for automatic. But if you get the manual, it covers both. But
my friend said they're
yeah.
very expensive. Is that true?
What, to get a
the
license? Well, if you have the car license, then you don't need to take the paper test. You only need to take the physical test. But basically each time, God, it's been a while. I went to school to get my motorcycle license just because, I don't know, I wanted a place to meet Japanese people, and I wanted to challenge myself because it was all in Japanese.
That's a pretty big
And,
challenge.
it's-
Learning how to drive from a bunch of Asian
It's
people.
pretty, yeah, right? I was like, are you sure I should, this is on the wrong side of the road. They're like, go for it, dude. We got you. Fine. But yeah, it was maybe $1,200 for me to join the school, and it was...
US?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I keep saying Japan money because I make my money in Japan money. So it's
you can just say yen.
it was like 120,000 yen. So
That's pretty expensive.
a lot of Big Mac meals, right? That's
Right, but they it's you get classes and they.
Yeah. Well, it was physical classes, and then we had to do regular classes. But I mean, there's a difference between if you have no license and then you're getting it from scratch versus you already have a license and you're just upgrading your car license. So
I could take my motorcycle license in Taiwan, convert it to an international license, and probably bring it over here. But I don't know. I think an international license it expires after a time.
yeah, it expires after a year, and then if you want to renew it, you have to be out of the country for 3 months. So that's kind of that's lame.
My Japanese one if I wanted to live here.
Yeah, so I got my driver's license within the first year of my international driver's permit. So I got my license right before the international driver's permit expired. And you got to be careful because if you drive with an expired international permit or whatever, you're so it's bad news bears. You get a huge fine, and you could possibly go to jail. But most of the time they just give you a big fine. If you don't pay the fine, then you go to jail, kind of thing.
That's wild. You go to fucking jail?
Yeah, there was this famous black guy here who was in what was he? He was in a bunch of the cell phone commercials here, and he got caught driving without his license. But he was famous, and he had a big company backing him up. So I think he had to pay a 10 grand fine or something. It was pretty ridiculous. But I bet you pay it in installments or something.
Dude, I think half the people in Taiwan drive around with no license because you don't get pulled over.
Well, I think the reason why Japanese people drive so bad sometimes is because the school is so harsh. So it's kind of I passed the school, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want now. And maybe that's why. Let's see what we got. Don't want to be creative. So much Japanese arts worldwide. Yeah, but that's a small part of the population that does that, Jay. That's not everybody. They really left the crushed dreams here. Also, the wires are everywhere in Taiwan. Yeah, man. Prozzy's so right. What is it? Noise. Yeah. Fuck yeah, guys. What's up, Wing? How you doing here, man? Dad, read my fucking... Shut the fuck up, Wing. I see you, you sexy bitch. Wing's one of my longest fucking viewers here. And he always says that. He says, okay, I'm here. Pouring naked hot lambda olive oil. Lambda olive oil is the most expensive olive oil in the whole world. On my perfectly sexy tan body. And I'm touching myself. And then people get jealous. So he says, please try not to be jealous. We came up with this together. This is his greeting for me. When he joins almost all the live streams. People don't understand that we're
What do
both
you mean
sexy men.
almost? The fuck is this problem? He can't join all of them?
Yeah, right. He's not. Yeah, Wing. He. It's like 99% of him. He joins.
Well,
He's good.
it's not 100.
He was a troll, but then he came over to my side because he saw everybody else fucking sucked. But he's cool. He's cool now. What is it? I love how we've just got like just super Chinesey Asian music playing in the back.
This is what you wanted, man.
Well, I love it because I always play jazz or like some like 80s synth music in the background, but you're like, but now you're here, so like I want to make it. Guys, you can hear. Can somebody confirm really quick? Can you guys hear Prozzy really well? Like I'm not watching the live stream on my phone, so.
I feel like I'm talking at an elevated level.
Yeah, is that you who keeps banging the floor? Or is that my neighbor? Okay. Oh no. Okay,
Sorry.
good. That's you. Yeah, no, that's
How
fine.
the fuck did you hear that? That's like.
No, I felt it. I didn't hear it. I
Oh.
felt it through the. Yeah. What
I'm
is
just
it?
trying to make sure that people downstairs know we're here.
Yeah, right. Just what is it? I love. It's like that old quote where it's like, "My neighbors listen to great music, whether they want to or not."
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna think there's a bunch of fucking Chinese people upstairs just being loud.
Like what is it, man? Like in Taiwan, like I feel like in Japan there is so much awesome Japanese food that I can just go and eat anytime. And like when I first came here, like I liked it, but I couldn't eat it all the time. Like I was like making burgers and tacos at my house a lot and stuff. But like now I'm so used to eating. I feel like it's almost more than Western food. Like I crave it more. Like I love the. I don't know. Is the rice different here compared to Taiwan? Like everyone always says, Japanese rice is very unique. It's very special, and I think compared to like if I ate like Thai food or something outside Japan, yeah, it's very different. But
It's it's a little bit more thick, I guess.
they say it's sticky. It sticks together better, and it's got more of a soft
It's
texture.
very minor different. Like it's mostly the same in Taiwan.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know. I love fucking I love just fucking like just eating. Like I mean, you can go and eat a beef bowl. You could eat ramen. You could eat sushi.
I will
Like
say though, like okay, keep listing them off.
Well, I mean, okay, like tonkatsu, like the fried pork cutlet with egg.
Yeah.
You've got tempura. You've got hot pot. You've got Japanese barbecue. Like in Taiwan,
But
do you
that's
have?
kind of it, though, isn't it? The thing about Japanese food is that there's not a huge variety of different dishes. Not that that's necessarily.
Well, it's
bad
a bunch
thing.
of variety
I'm coming
within
from
those
Canada where
dishes.
We have no fucking dishes.
Well, I mean,
But-
it's like a hamburger, right? Like, they have a lot of They have a lot of hamburgers. Like hamburger, there's so many different varieties of it that you can make, right? Always. So it's like ramen. You can make a bunch of different varieties of that. Barbecue, you can't really. Barbecue has a lot of different accessories. Like you can have rice or like salad or like. There's always extra stuff you can put in there. I don't know, man. I mean, like.
I know what you mean. I think one point to Taiwan for its food variety because you can get fucking everything there.
Actually, here you talk about that. I'm gonna take a piss really quick.
I see you struggling.
I gotta fucking. It's coming out my bladder. But yeah, tell the people about the awesome Taiwan food. List it off.
Let me be Sam for a little bit. What's up, all you black people? I think that's what he says. Yeah, so Taiwanese food. If you come, there's obviously you can get Taiwanese food, but I don't know if I like it that much. I feel like it's okay, but it's I could understand if you came and didn't really vibe with it. It's not as I feel like Japanese food's very safe for foreigners. It's got a lot of like that barbecue flavor, or that sweet flavor, or that kind of natural ingredient flavor. Whereas in Taiwan, you know, they'll feed you like intestine or duck tongue or like messed up stuff that maybe people aren't always all that comfortable with. But the good thing is that Taiwanese people really like international food. They love Korean food. They love Japanese food. They love American food. They love, you know, wherever. Like they Vietnamese food, Thai food, Indian food, British food. Like you can get anything in Taiwan, and it's all pretty good. So, Prozzy moving to Japan like his sister when? Well, my sister only lived here for a year. That was like 20 years ago or something. And if I could figure out a way to like shift my audience over to Japan, I totally would. Prozzy, the best snack ever is guabao, confirm or deny. Yeah, guabao's pretty good. I don't know if I could eat it all the time because it's very filling, but I do really like it. Guabao is like a country burger. I don't know how to explain that, but it just feels fucking ridiculous with Sam's music he's got going on here. But guabao is like a special kind of Chinese bun with like pork belly in there, with sometimes like with cilantro and peanut. It's fucking good. I do like it. William, let me ask you if you've ever had mo, which is a Chinese street dish. It's recently become popular in Taiwan, so if you haven't had it, I totally understand it. But now it's become like so popular. And mo is like a Chinese. It's almost like puff pastry, but not as flaky. And they stuff it full of like meat and spices. And it's fucking good. It's like a street food. You like walk around and eat it. It's good. If you live in Taipei, you'll definitely be able to. Huh?
Ice cream bar.
A bing chi ling. I'll have a bing chi ling.
Bing chi ring.
How do you say? I'm guessing ice cream in Japanese is aisukurimu.
Yeah, ice cream.
Fuck off, really?
Hey, you sit there. I'm gonna sit on the bed.
You sure? You can sit here if you want to. I don't mind.
Swap. I want to lean against the blankets for a little bit here. Hold on. Let me just be fat.
Are you still gonna be in the shot?
I think so. There we go. Yeah, that works. So wait. So what's the difference between Taiwanese food where you and like the Chinese food where you were living, like in China?
So there's like 7 or 8 cuisines of Chinese food, something like that. And Taiwan, I think, is one of them. But the difference is that China has a lot more variety in the sense that like they've got Sichuan food, that's the spicy stuff. They have Dongbei food, which is like a lot of meat and buns. There's like Shanghai dishes. There's Guangdong food, which is like dog, you know. There's every province has its own specialty, and that's what's so cool about it. That's what I love about Chinese food, is there's so much variety.
What do you
I
eat a
really
lot
liked
of?
the food in China. Huh?
What do you? I eat like a lot of like if it's Japanese food, I eat a lot of like stir fry or like hot pot. Like what do you like to eat a lot of?
Hot pot's good.
Like ramen's too salty for me these days. It's got tons of MSG and sodium, so I don't really. I wait till I'm drunk or I need some greasy shit, and I'll eat that.
McDonald's. I fucking love McDonald's.
I mean Taiwan food.
I like dumplings. I like Nuro Mian, which is beef noodle soup. I like a lot of re chao. I'll take you to a re chao if you come visit Taiwan. Re chao is like a stir-fry place, but you sit around a big round table and you crack open beers with all your friends. There's a bunch of different dishes that you share. You take a little bit of everything. It's fucking good. So, you know.
How often do you guys eat hot pot there? I love hot pot.
Every week.
Nice.
Well.
That's one thing I really love about Japan is that, like, if you're gonna drink alcohol, I mean, you can still eat bad food while you're doing it. Like in America, you like, you know, get a pizza with beer or something with your friends, but like here, it's like you can go to the Japanese barbecue and just eat grilled meat and vegetables, or you eat the hot pot. So it's like I know I'm being bad by drinking alcohol, but at the same time, like this food kind of cancels it out because I'm not just eating French fries and like fried chicken. I'm having like a fucking like vegetables that are like nice and salty broth and shit, and it's just, and I feel like it's like a good balance, you know.
Japanese barbecue is also very popular in Taiwan. We eat that a lot. Me and my buddy Andre, who just moved here to Yokohama,
Yeah.
we used to go to this Gekyuma Yakitori place like every fucking week.
Yeah.
So Japanese barbecue is huge in Taiwan. One of the most popular. You'll see that everywhere.
Do you guys ever have like American style barbecues at all?
Mm,
In Japan, not so much.
we have like Texas Roadhouse.
You
Is
mean
that
like
like
the
barbecue?
pulled pork, like sandwich kind of places or something?
Isn't that like a chain in America?
Brisket? I don't know.
Oh,
Is it maybe?
we have
I
a
guess.
TGI. I think Fridays. We have that,
Okay.
but like.
Yeah, we have a Fridays here too.
Although in Hualien, of all places, there's this American. I wish I could remember the name of it. But there's a restaurant there that does like pulled pork and American style barbecue. It's fucking good.
Yeah, they have stuff like that here, but it's really expensive. So like it's like $80, man. It's disgusting.
Same in Taiwan.
The best Taiwan snack ever is gui bao. Confirm or deny.
Guabao. Yeah, we just talked about that.
What is it? What breed of dog tastes the best? I ate dog one time, and I think if
Did
they
you?
had cooked it better, it would have been. Yeah, there was a Chinese restaurant in northwest Tokyo that had it. I mean, they weren't advertising it. We like specifically looked for it, but it was like steamed meat, and it was just so bad. Like if they had actually like barbecued it and seasoned it right, it would have been okay. But it was just gnarly. Yeah, like I notice sometimes with Chinese dishes, they love to steam it. When I'm like, you could have obviously like, kind of like bread fried this or like stir fried it with some other like spices to make it taste better, and they like purposely just made it bland and.
The thing about Chinese cuisine is that they really like using the natural flavor of the ingredients, so and they'll try and enhance that. So like, I don't typically like deep frying things that they don't have to, or adding unnecessary flavors to stuff. But you're right.
Well, I'm just
like,
saying
when
it
I
tastes
first,
shitty. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, when I first moved to China, I was like, man, so many of these dishes could use some fucking cheese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Japanese tempura, like that's I don't know if that's breaded, but it's something like that. It's like
it's very light.
Yeah, but it's like it's great because like I thought until I came to Japan that the only vegetable you fry is potatoes, and I'm like, wait, you could fry like an eggplant? You could fry like
they fry fucking everything. You know
the eggplant and the pumpkin is the best ever. Oh my god, it's so good. What is this? Matt's saltwater fishing. That sounds cool. Texas Roadhouse is not Texas BBQ Texan. Okay.
Well, I don't see. I knew when I said that some American would get all angry. I don't know
what do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
It's remember, Prozzy. It's not colored pencils. It's African American pencils. Remember that.
Pencil crayons.
Yeah, pencil crayons.
That's what we call them. Real child female servers are nice. Yeah, that we have beer. Do you guys have this in Japan where they have beer girls? Where like, so if you go to a real Thai restaurant, they'll have like a Taiwan beer girl where she dresses like in a tight Taiwan beer branded dress, and she'll serve you beer. She doesn't do it.
It's just like a Hooters or something.
Not as exposing, but like, they're usually hot, and they just serve.
Wait, is
beer.
it like are you talking about at a stadium for like baseball stuff?
No, just like at a restaurant.
No, I don't.
But they won't like. It's not like a talking girl. It's not like that. All she does is serve you that beer.
They have a thing called Girls Bar here, where it's like
Yeah, we have that too.
where you go and just all the bartenders are hot chicks, and you can talk to them.
No, we don't have
You
that.
know.
We have like what you guys have, like talking lounges.
Yeah, like the hostess bars.
Yeah,
and the gay
but they're
host boy
fucking
clubs.
annoying. Like you go, and they sit down and they talk to you. They just drink all your beer, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, I'm a dickhead. Don't talk to me.
Yeah,
this is my beer for me.
Yeah, they have stuff like that here, but like yeah, I don't know. That's for people that like I was telling you last night. I was trying to explain to Prozzy last night like why host clubs and why hostess clubs are a thing, and like what kind of people go to them. And it's just basically like they know it's fake. They know that it's not a real relationship, but they want to pay for the closest thing that they can get to that while still knowing that there's that boundary of like it's not real. And but oh yeah, man, there's a thing I mean, I don't really want to go to spend money, but one fun thing you can go with your other buddy. They have a place called Isekia here. I've never gone to it, but basically it's a place where women get free food and drinks, but the only catch is that the guys have to pay for stuff. So guys will go there and they get matched up with these girls, and so the girls just basically have to eat for free and drink for free. And then the only catch is they gotta talk to the guys
That's
that
fucking
are there.
genius.
And yeah, they have. I don't know how popular they are. They just started popping up like a couple years ago. I don't know if it's still around, but you and your other buddy should go and check that out.
That's so smart. Yeah, but I don't speak Japanese, so no one
Doesn't
can
matter.
Nobody
Doesn't
would-
matter. You're in Tokyo. Never say never, man. Like, are you kidding? Like, this is the most international city in all of Japan. If anyone, like,
I don't think you can hold a candle to Taipei though, as far as English ability.
No, but I mean, like, I think that you keep focusing. You're like those guys in America who are like, women will never love me unless I have money, and you're like,
I never said that.
No, but you're saying that the equivalent of like, well, I don't speak Japanese, so they'll never be interested in talking to me. I'm like, you gotta try, dude. I know plenty of guys here with zero Japanese ability, get laid all the time, and you're a good looking dude. You could do it, man. You know, for me, I gotta like, Photoshop the gut and stuff, and like, yeah, I can't, like, when, like, you were like, how do you do Bumble? I'm like, do I look like a guy who goes on Bumble, This is, you can't, like, show up on a video call, it's just, oh yeah, don't just look at the, don't, let me just cover the, hi, I'm totally a normally not obese man. It's like, you don't go on a, but I mean, like, you're like a fit, young-looking, like, clean-cut, clean-shaven white boy, Tom Cruise, you could,
Tom Hanks.
You could pull.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know where to go. I also don't drink, so it's hard for me to, like, I can't just walk into a bar and, like...
Yeah, you said you don't drink. What's up with that? Like, are you, like, straight edge Christian or something now? Like, what happened?
Praise be.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Thanks. Big shout out to the big man upstairs, right,
That's to you.
Yeah,
Black Jesus.
Peace be Christ or something. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, I drank a lot in my day, you know, like
You were
damn near every day.
puffier last time I saw
was a
you.
fucking booze hound, yeah.
Yeah, you were like, you had a gut and stuff, and now you're like, you don't got the gut. You're not puffy anymore. You're like,
No,
slim.
man, you quit drinking, you lose a shitload of weight. It's but I don't have to like preach. Everybody fucking knows that.
But I mean, do people? But like Asia, they want you to drink with them. What do you
Yeah.
say to the Asian guys when they're like, "Come on, pussy, drink"?
Yeah,
Why are you
just-
not drinking?
I just say I don't drink. I'm sorry, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's boring." I'm like,
Well, do they ask you to elaborate? They're like, "What was your sister
Yeah, well,
killed by
anytime
alcohol
that's the
or
thing.
something?"
As soon as you tell somebody you don't drink, they're waiting for that story where you
Yeah.
got behind the wheel of a
Yeah,
car and
yeah.
murdered 3 of your best friends.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. No, nothing like that happened. It's just like,
Oh.
you fucking, like, okay, when you're 24 or 25, it's fun and it's funny. Like, people want to see you get drunk and crash your motorcycle and get lost in the fucking forest and try and have to get your. When you're 33. That's not funny anymore. It's fucking sad.
Funny to me, you know. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
it's not. It's just. It's not when you're the guy. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, man. That's just sad.
Well,
dude.
so what do you swap it out with then?
No, I pretty much shot whatever little personality I had left with my sobriety. So I do fucking nothing fun anymore.
I'm like, alcohol was the only thing interesting about me.
yeah.
Now
That
I
was
got
it.
now
And
I-
I got rid of it. I got nothing.
I'm nothing about the booze.
Yeah.
Don't you get it, asshole?
Yeah.
I'm nothing. I'm a shell of the man I used to be.
Exactly.
Oh,
No, man. Like
man, that's sad. That's sad.
No, like, listen, like, I don't want to be, I really don't want to be that cunt
Yeah.
who's like, oh, I'm sober. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I still go out to bars with my friends. I still love them and go out with them because they all still drink and I want to hang out. I still like going to bars even though I don't drink.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the vibe. I like being social and I still haven't learned, like, what do fucking sober people do for fun? So, my thing is, it's like, I don't have to tell people that your life gets better when you don't drink. You know, you fucking know. You're not dumb. You know. You whatever.
Can you like?
So,
yeah.
but like all this good stuff started happening to me. Like, first thing I noticed is I had money. Money, you just have money out of fucking nowhere because wasn't spending it all. Like, you don't drink that much. You drink like once a month, and
Yeah.
you know, you had a couple beers last night. You had 2 beers. That was it. Whereas for me, like, I drank a fucking lot. Like,
How
I drank
often? How
like
you
every
say
day.
a lot every day.
Every
like, how
fucking
much?
day. Like
How many beer bottles or whatever? Like every day. What do you
Like
think?
8 to 10, easy. I was a fucking booze hound. I loved it.
Is that like Corona 3% or like 5%?
Not talking like tall boy Asahi's.
Oh shit!
You know?
Were you drinking at least with people or just by
Fuck
yourself?
no. I love drinking by myself.
Oh,
love drinking by myself.
That's the problem. You got to be a social drinker.
Well, that's the thing. Oh, I love drinking by myself. I love cooking.
Yeah.
I would drink a bottle of wine and cook by myself. There's something about drinking and cooking that just goes so well together. And then I would edit my videos or I'd film something like plastered. And like for a long time, people were like, yeah, it's funny. He's drunk. He's hilarious. He's cracking jokes. It's fun. Then you get older and then it's just like, fucking hell, dude, you're still drinking and doing this.
I mean, I think there's a big difference between like drinking socially and like drinking every day at home. You know, like if you're like a Japanese businessman or whatever, and you're like going out every night with your coworkers or something.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
But for me, I didn't give a fuck if I was drinking with people or drinking by myself. I didn't care. I love drinking.
You gotta have that boundary, though, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, so once you stop, you just have a shitload of money, and then you start shedding weight with no fucking effort. I don't exercise. I don't watch my diet.
So what do you
just
do, though,
lose
for
weight.
fun now, though?
So I have my motorcycle. I love to ride it around. I could speak Chinese. Like, there's things that still make me interesting. But yeah, for now, it's just like you don't necessarily have to go chasing fun anymore like you do when you're drinking. Like, you don't have to like you know, like people when you're like, just if you're working a 9 to 5, you're like waiting for the weekend. You're like, I can't fucking wait for work to be done so I can go crack a beer with my friends at the bar, and you're hoping something fun happens. But it's Taiwan, so nothing ever does. You're just sitting in an empty bar watching your friend drink. It's fucking boring. So, but now that you're not drinking, you can kind of wake up and be like, man, I'm gonna fucking kill today. Like, I'm gonna go. First thing I'm gonna do is like I'll do a run. This is probably for the winter because you're not gonna do it in the goddamn summer. I'll go do my run, then I'll go home. I'm gonna take a shower, then I'm gonna go to the cafe, or I'm gonna go to the restaurant. I'm gonna open my computer, I'm gonna edit a video, and then I'm gonna like, I don't know, do laundry. It's like all this boring stuff sounds boring, but when you're like, when you have the energy and you feel good about it, like that shit feels good. And then once you do all the stuff you're supposed to do, you can like allow yourself to play a video game. Because I'm the type of person who can't do things I like a video game or watch a movie, if I have all this other shit I'm supposed to do.
No, I know.
Because you feel fucking
Yeah.
guilty, right? You're like, God damn it. So I don't know. I still, again, like I haven't figured out what sober people do for fun. So a lot of people tell me I gotta like join a club. Like I gotta join like a club of people that ride motorcycles together. But most of my hobbies are like solo stuff, you know.
Do they have like rec centers in Taiwan at all? Like place where you could go and play a pickup basketball game or something?
I fucking don't like basketball though. I'm Canadian.
So just get a hockey stick and just play it that
There's
way.
no ice in Taiwan. You can't play hockey there.
Roller hockey? I don't know. I mean,
It's so hot though.
I mean, what about hiking groups or something?
Yeah, if you like hiking. I fucking hate hiking. One thing I did that was cool was like you were just watching it as that military challenge.
Yeah.
That was hard. But there was no way I would be able to do that if I was still drinking. There's no fucking way. There's this military group called the Liangshan Chun something. They're this special forces military people in the Taiwanese army, and me and 8 other YouTubers in Taiwan trained with them for a couple of days, and it was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I wouldn't call that fun, but it's cool that I did it.
When you were drinking, did you get hangover? Like I hear people
Yeah,
that
of
drink all the
course.
time, they don't really get hungover that much.
Yeah, it depends on what you're drinking and how you do it, right? You learn after a while to drink a fucking shitload of water.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
peeing all the time. So like I wouldn't wake up with like a full-blown hangover, but you would definitely wake up like groggy and you're not as energetic, and it takes you a couple hours to like get into the day, you know? It's rough. It's not a good way to live your life for sure.
When you dated chicks like in China and Taiwan, did they drink as much as you too, or no?
Not even close.
Do women even drink that much at all? Like, I know the guys probably do, but
No.
not the chicks.
Taiwanese people, compared to, say, Koreans, Japanese, other parts of Asia, don't drink as often. They do drink. I'm not saying that Taiwanese people don't drink. They just don't drink as much. Taiwanese people are very health-conscious people. They care very much about their
you
health.
said that earlier. Like, what do you mean by that? That you mean like they go for walks, or like they
Yeah.
don't drink juice that much or something? Like they don't eat ice cream, or like what do you mean by health-conscious? You mean like drinking tea and like eating
Yeah.
organic or something? Or
Yeah, like their longevity, their like life,
yeah.
how long they can live is very important to them. And I think maybe back in the day, Taiwanese people used to drink a lot, and they had a big problem with drink driving. Just people would get fucking hammered and get behind the wheel of the car and kill themselves. Like it happened all the time.
That's not good.
And then the government cracked down on it, and now it's like zero. Like you can't have a beer.
Yeah, same thing in Japan. Like you can't have a beer and get in a car.
Right. So it's same thing. And so they cracked down on that, and then just people stopped. It got kind of sad. Like in Japan, it's kind of fun. Like you get this. I think it's like. Or maybe it is sad too, because you get people like these salarymen working like 12 hours a day and then just get loaded on a Saturday or like
Yeah.
a Tuesday night, because it's like they just got to release all
That's
that
the way
stress.
they blow off steam. Yeah.
Right. In Taiwan, it got kind of sad to be like some dad who's just drinking fucking Galeong all day long and like beating his kids. And so it never had this like fun.
It wasn't like a kind of like
It didn't get
Oktoberfesty
that-
kind of fun vibe to it.
Yeah, it never attached, like drinking never got attached to the Taiwanese cultural zeitgeist or whatever. I don't know how to
So
put
it just became more of like an individual sad boy thing versus like a group fun
it
thing.
never. Yeah, people like I remember when I first moved to Taiwan, like these girls would invite me to the park for like a picnic. They just wanted to sit in the park. It was fuck all to do. So we would go. I'd come show up with like a bag of beers. I'm like, oh, you drinking? I'm like, we gonna sit in the fucking park sober? What are you doing? Like, of course. It's Friday night. You're not drinking? Like, they're looking at me like I'm weird.
Why am I the weird one?
Yeah.
Just tell me what I did. What's so wrong? Maybe you ever think that you're the person who's fucked up? Just get all defensive and start blaming other people.
Yeah.
Start insulting them. Yeah,
Start throwing empty beer cans at them. Yeah. So like in Taiwan, it's like people don't drink as much. They still, but if they do drink, they prefer to do it in private. They'll get their own KTV room or their own area of the bar. It's not like a public thing. You
it's
very
not
rarely
communal
see
kind of thing.
exactly, and you rarely see public drunkenness in Taiwan. I'm not saying you don't see it. It's just compared to Japan, dude. I keep seeing these like business people stumble their way back home. I'm like, fucking hell, you don't really see that in Taiwan. People just don't drink. And it's expensive to drink in Taiwan, too. I can't believe how cheap it is here.
How much is it for like one beer there? Like in yen? Like 500, 700 yen or something?
I should specify, I think draft beer in
draft
Japan
beer,
is
yeah.
cheap. Whereas in Taiwan, it's probably like 200 NT for a draft pint of beer. But if you're in Taipei, you go to Taihu, which is like, I guess, something like your hub, somewhat comparable, but a little bit different. Then it goes all the way up to like 400 NT for a pint of beer, whatever that is in your yen. I'll look that up too.
Same, yeah, I drink a lot, but myself is trying to change. Yeah, William, like the video, boys. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. This is one of those rare non-reverse child support stream, guys.
That much
Holy
yen
shit.
for like in a hub.
Dude, that it's like
1800 yen for, but that's like an expensive place.
Almost 2,000 yen for a fucking drink. That's like what you'd pay 3,000 yen for a drink at like the Park Hyatt, like the really fancy high-rise.
I mean, you paid 1,000 yen for your beer, yes, but that was including the charge, the seat. What do you call that?
The cover charge, CD charge or whatever. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like when I make way less money than I did when I worked full time, but like when you go out to drink, you're paying for the atmosphere, half of it, and then you're paying. Like, I mean, it just depends. Like, if you want to go meet chicks, you go to the hub or something to get some sluts from Chiba or something. But like, if you want to just like have a fun drinking bonding moment with your buddies, so you go to like a place where it's kind of small, more intimate, so you don't mind paying that cover charge just because it's like you're paying for the atmosphere, you're paying for like kind of the exclusivity of it without having to have like the VIP area of a big bar kind of thing, you know?
Right.
But
does it in Japan? Is it like, because like in Taiwan, it's so cheap to go out and eat that like very few people cook, unless you have like a family. I guess.
You were telling me that earlier.
Is that the same in Japan, or everyone goes out to eat all the time?
Nah, I think I don't know. Actually, if any of you guys live in Japan, I know Triple lives in Japan. What do you guys think? I think
is it cheaper to cook at home?
I think it's
in Japan. I mean,
okay. Well, for me, for instance, I make a Monday through Friday. I make myself a stir fry most of the time, and that's rice. And a packet of rice is like what, 80 yen, and then.
Are you about to tell them what a stir fry is?
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to break down the price.
Okay.
Spinach, fucking mushrooms, and green onion. It's probably like maybe $5 to $6 for a meal for me to make after all this stuff.
Yeah, well, you're good because you got a deep freeze, so you can freeze everything. Like in Taiwan, people don't have deep freezes, so it's really hard if you're one person, because it's like you cook a spaghetti. It's like, okay, well, now I'm eating spaghetti every day this week.
Well, that's the reason why I got the freezers, just because like I specifically cook things that I don't have to buy in bulk every week. So
is it common to have a deep freeze in Japan?
If you're outside Tokyo, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I didn't mean to buy such a big one, but it would have cost me money to return it, so I just
then you
kept
couldn't
it.
fit your ex-girlfriend's body in it, so that's...
That fucking whore, that's what she gets for... If that's what she gets for cheating on me...
Yeah, she's a
that
big
fucking
girl.
slut.
She needs a big freeze.
It always freaks out Japanese people when I tell them I have a freezer that can fit a body inside of it, and I live in the gangster...
Or two
in
Japanese
the Yakuza.
bodies, depending on what the conversion is.
Yep, yeah, they don't... They're like, why would you buy that? And I'm like, I bought it intentionally just to kill people. You know, it's like, no, I'm just stupid, and I didn't realize that you could, like, the picture doesn't match. Guys, when you buy big things on Amazon, trust the dimensions that they list there. Don't look at the picture.
Well, you guys have Amazon. That's so cool.
You guys don't have Amazon?
No, we have... Online shopping is very, very big in Taiwan, but banking, I know it's the same in Japan.
Yeah.
In Taiwan, banking's such a pain in the ass, so I never got online banking, so I've never done online shopping before in my life.
I love well, I mean, I like Amazon because if I go into like a big Best Buy kind of like an electronics shop, I'll just impulse buy so much shit. If I'm going online, I'm like, nope, boom, boom, boom. I want these exact things,
really?
and I don't
feel like
spend
it would be
more.
The opposite.
No, I'm like, it makes it like, because like you see the price, because like, you know, normally when you buy stuff, you wait till you go to the register and you're like, oh, well, I'm already here. But you go to Amazon, it's like pay for cart, and then like, oh, I don't actually need those other things. Boom, boom. Like the other day, I bought the other red sunglasses, and I bought this these green kind of health packets that you drink in the morning. And I could have gone to the store, but I'm like, I could get them. I got sunglasses and like a health drink delivered, and it's the same price because I have Amazon Prime, so it's the same price to deliver that shit. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, it's convenient, and but I don't know. It just depends. Like, it depends on, like, some people, they like having a small fridge because it forces them to go out all the time to the supermarket, like, every day. And I only go there like once a week. I don't like going every day. I don't know about in Taiwan, but in Japan, people go to the supermarket every day. Like almost every day they go, like on the way home, stop by the supermarket. And I'm like, and that's why I bought the big fridge. And I guess that's a good thing why I have the big freezer. Because I'm like, I could go and buy, like, you know, all that stuff in the freezer. I could fit maybe like 1/10 of that in the little drawer over there, you know. And so it's like, if you want frozen bread, frozen like cheese or whatever, or like meats or whatever, that wouldn't fit in my fucking fridge. So
Yeah, in Taiwan it depends. If you have a family, maybe the grandma will cook at home. But most of the time, like if you're like living in something like this, like a single person's apartment, you don't have a kitchen. So you can't cook. You have to go out to eat. Or Uber Eats and Food Panda is extremely popular in Taiwan.
Is it expensive though? Here it's fucking like $8 for a delivery, dude.
No, it's like I have the premium or whatever the fuck. So if I spend over 200 NT, it's free delivery.
I don't know, man. I mean, you like cooking. You're good at cooking, and the thing I like about cooking is I get to cook. I get to make whatever I want the exact way I want to make it. Like if I went to a Thai restaurant, I always ask them to cut the vegetables really, really small. Because I don't want like just one eggplant, you know. I want to taste all the different vegetables in one spoonful. And they always look at me weird. And I'm like, if I cook here, I can do it all myself. Like I can do that, and like I can put as much rice as I want, or like put more of this stuff. Like if you go to like a bento shop, usually it's like fried food, big thing of rice, and like a little thing of vegetables. But if I cook it here, I can have a big thing of vegetables, small thing of fried food, and relatively. It's a lot easier to customize stuff if you're willing to put in the work, but I don't know. I think it's cheaper overall to cook by yourself if you're willing to go. Because like in America, it's like regular supermarket or Costco, but here it's like I have 4 different fucking supermarkets I go to.
Right.
All of them have their own purpose. I go to one for frozen stuff, go to one for vegetables, I go to one for meat, and then I go to one for perishables like coffee and rice. And I at first I hated it. I'm like, why? Because if I go to the other ones, it's just expensive or it's less quality than the other one that I go to. So, but once you figure out that balance of where to go, and like you're like, okay, I like buying more frozen shit. I'll buy a bigger freezer. You know, like it's just matching stuff to whatever your lifestyle. Look, the guy with the mankini. The mankini.
Oh, it's the Beijing bikini.
Beijing
right
bikini. Yeah. Oh, the big stomach. They got no shame, Prozzy. We're watching a 4K China video.
Oh, is it China? Is that what it is?
It's Taiwan or China. I don't know, man. I thought you'd know.
We'll have to look at the characters to see if they're traditional or not.
It's on autopilot right now. Like autoplay. What does the chat
Taiwan.
say?
Yes, Taiwan.
I didn't drink much either. My generation in Canada are not big drinkers. Jim, my buddy Jim doesn't speak any Japanese. He fucks all the time here. Yeah, I drink a lot by myself, trying to change that. Drinking lemon with water with real lemons, nice. Sam, will you ever apply for Japanese citizenship and renew I'll do it once my kids are born, because I want my kids to have both citizenships.
Why the fuck you keep talking about kids? You don't have a wife.
I know, right? I got to get the wife
That's the
first.
hard part, my dog.
Yeah, you know? Well, I mean, the thing is, I was talking to my French buddy, the one I showed you the picture of, and he's like, you're never going to find the perfect woman, so just find the least worst woman. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, well, that's the thing, Prozzy. When you get older, it's like you either have yourself a company, or you build yourself a house, or you have kids. Like you find something that's bigger than yourself to work on, and so
that's
it's
what they say.
know,
like having kids is something extraordinary. So if you're gonna choose not to have kids, then what you do with your life better be pretty fucking epic.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you taught kids, and I saw the videos with like you and your kids love the shit out of you, man. Like I don't even.
Cheers.
You know, and like I really appreciate that, man. Like I think that so many people take teaching kids for granted here, and I love it. Like I'm sick and tired of teaching like helping other people's kids grow. I want to grow my own, you know. That's all.
I know what you mean, and I think that once you get past a certain age, you get that kind of baby fever.
Larry, thank you. What does that say?
Yo, Dad, and what's up, Prozzy? Been watching your adventures in China since you first started. As an ABC, I respect your commitment staying in the East.
What's the ABC?
American-born Chinese.
Oh shit! Thanks, Larry. Thanks for the $20. Hell yeah, dude. Guys, spam the Papaticos if you got them. Coffee! Oh shit, Coffee's here. What's up, Coffee? Shit.
Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk's my friend in Ohio. He's from Jersey and New York.
Ohio
but
gozaimasu.
he lives in Ohio, and he talks like this. He talks like Joey Diaz. So I call him my gay uncle Joey Diaz.
Why does he talk like that if he's from fucking Ohio?
No,
Joey
he's not
Diaz
from
is
Ohio.
New
He
Jersey.
lives in Ohio right now, but he's from New Jersey and like New York.
Ah.
Hi,
Tell
Coffee.
you what, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, tell you what, Joe Rogan, you gotta go over there and eat the gummies and get high.
Yeah.
And guys, Coffee, shout yourself out! ! Coffee. And guys, go follow Prozzy. His stuff's in the video description. Wait, what were you saying? Finish your thought about the kids, like growing.
I think you get baby fever after a little while, you know.
Well, I mean, I've been here. Like, I've had enough random sex that I'm like, that doesn't lead anywhere, you know. Like, I want to. It's not so much about the baby fever. I just want to I want to build something. You know?
I think
like that's all.
You know what scares me is like sometimes there's times where I feel no. You know what? That's China.
Thanks, Larry. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, son. You did great. Giant New York balls.
I think like there's times where I feel like I really want kids. You think of those moments of like, you know, those like in the movies, those slow motion shots of like
movies.
Yeah, the dad's under his bed sheets and the sunlight shining through and their kids are jumping on him. You're like, oh, that's nice. But then you watch like a fucking single mom in a McDonald's and the kids having it. You're like, fuck that.
Nah.
But so I mean, it's kind of up and down. Yeah, that's definitely China. The blue license plate and shit on the ground.
Well,
anyways, so yeah, I don't know which way to go, but I think I would really like to have a kid, but I don't know if I'd be a good husband. Like, I don't want a wife.
Well,
like, my dream is to like get a girl
Single
pregnant,
dad,
have a baby, then she dies in a horrific car accident, and
so
then
it's
I'm
not
like,
your fault that you guys
and
split
now
up,
I'm like this adorable single dad, just doing his best, trying to raise his kid the best he can.
You're Daniel Tanner, dude. You like work for the Fox News Network, and then you got your your best friend from college, and your brother-in-law coming to live with you and help raise the child. Yeah,
exactly. But then I can't say that now because then my wife's gonna like die and everyone's gonna think I killed her. Or something, so.
They're gonna be like, I knew it.
Yeah.
Check the Tkyosam live stream from a couple years ago. He said it. He said these exact words.
Yeah.
Father, why is the chat not working? No, guys, I can see the chat. Sorry, I'm just Prozzy's here. This is like one of the few times I'm gonna be able to live stream with Prozzy until I go to Taiwan or something.
So when you normally do live streams, you're just straight up paying attention to the chat?
When I do the live streams, I'm very on top of the chat. But today, guys, I'm not avoiding the chat. I'm just, what is it? I'm trying to keep the conversation with me and Prozzy priority over reading the chat, because usually when I'm here, I'm doing like a radio DJ thing where I'm interacting with the chat a lot more. But this is one of the few, I don't have that many guests over to my place, so that are other like content creators, so it's like Prozzy gets the floor, it's cool.
I apologize. I'll try and pay attention to the chat because it's right in front of my face.
Oh my God, it's coffee. Yeah.
Hey, Trip.
Coffee's guys. Can somebody do ! Coffee? I do ! Prozzy. I think I made a command for him a long time ago, but I don't know. We'll see.
So what? Coffee Talk is another YouTuber?
He does live streaming on Twitch, and he used to be a roadie for all of these bands in America, and so he like met all these really famous people, and now he's kind of retired from that life. But what he does for his live streams is he'll watch music. It's kind of like Beavis and Butthead. He watches music videos and he just gets high and jams out to them, and then he just like if it's a band that he fucking went on the road with, he'll like share stories and shit, and yeah, it's pretty fun. He's a good guy. I love the shit out of him. Like, there's not many people who I could like become friends with that are streamers, and he's one of them. He's like one of the very one few.
He drove a motor coach for bands. He asked Prozzy, "Can you speak German to Sam?"
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I don't speak. Why would he think I speak? Is that like an inside joke?
I think it's because we made the Argentina reference earlier. yeah. Late to the game's one of my mods, and he lives in Germany. But we always make basically, I have different people on Instagram that I send different theme of videos for. So I have like one friend that's a Japan creator, so I'll send him all the interesting viral videos that I come across. And Late to the game's the guy who I always send all the Nazi meme joke shit that's funny that I see, and I'm like, oh, it's like when your grandpa hears the horns playing in Argentina, and it's like some guy goose stepping or something, and I'm like, okay, I gotta send it to Late because he's in Germany. You get in trouble for laughing at stuff like that.
My favorite memes are the
Annika jokes.
Yeah, that's the fucking best. I love that song
like
too. It's such a good song.
The cat gets his claw stuck on the fucking curtain. It's like the cat.
How
do you know when your cat was raised in Germany? It's like Oh man, it's a catchy song. What can I say? You know, it's a catchy song. Yeah.
Erika.
Schau lang sind us meine Scheiße. Yeah, I always. Did you ever watch the movie Bruno, but like the same guy who did Borat?
Sacha Cohen, yeah.
Like he's always making up his own German words. He's like, what do you feel knowing that you were nominated the sexiest American football star in Austria's hottest gay magazine? And he's like, oh, I'm not queer. And he's like, but when people are thinking about you when they shove the Strudenbergs up their pulpin shafts, doesn't that make you feel a little bit of an excitement? He's like, I don't care who's shoving what up their pooping shaft. I'm not. So I always try to speak German gibberish like that sometimes. Not all the time.
How is it that you have? You must be on the spectrum. You have to have that because of all the people I've met, you have the most pop culture references ready to go right there, right on the top of your head. I got one magic.
I got I see your reverse card Uno, and I know my buddy Jim here, who I play retro games with for my channel, the arcade guy that I was telling you about that I play arcade games with. You could ask him anything about a band. I love the band like Real Big Fish or something, like a ska band, right? I don't know any of those guys' names. I don't know the name of their albums, but I really like their songs, you know? But he'll be like, I know exactly what instrument play, like what band member played from a certain amount of time. I know what instruments they like, like what brand they buy. I know all the albums. Like, that's super level autistic. I just like movies and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I assume since we're Westerners that like, we kind of get, even though you were growing up in Maple Syrup Land, that we kind of get the same references.
Sure, but like
you know?
I've seen all these movies, but like there's no way I could just pull out a quote from a movie.
Well, I mean, come
I've
on, there
seen
must have been a
10
movie that
fucking
you
years
really
ago.
liked or something. Like, was there any? When I was in high school, I would go to my friend's house after high school or after school most of the time, and we would watch the same movies over and over because we
wank
didn't
each
have
other
cable.
off at the same time?
We
Maybe
were
that's
just-
what sparked your memory.
We were just blowing each other and crying. It was great.
Yeah,
you know?
that's how you remember all these
watching
quotes, I
Half
bet.
Baked and stuff.
Yeah. Dave
Autistic.
Chappelle.
My Discord is proof. Oh yeah. Oh dude. Oh man. I'll take some screenshots. I'll go. Sometimes I'll go into Coffee, because Coffee Talk has its own Discord, but like two people talking it, and like they're never talking. So I'll go in there and I'll just write down full stories and I'll use GIFs and shit. Oh dude, here wait. Let me show you this really quick. Were you guys in my Discord? Did you see when I was watching Jurassic Park? I can't bring up Discord because it's gonna make the thing lag.
Apparently, Pupenschaft kind of makes sense in German.
What is it? Anyway, I'll show you later. Like, I was watching Jurassic Park, the newest one, and the story's so retarded. And I was just watching that while on my Discord on my phone. I was just typing the whole time, getting angrier and angrier, and it was really funny. But
You can definitely tell you don't have a job.
Yeah, it's like not a 9 to 5 job.
Today.
Yeah,
I got angry at the new Jurassic Park movie and then wrote about it.
That was after I did my work though that day. But yes, worst is Pulp and Shops, which kind of makes sense. We're all autistic in that way. Fucking love the producers. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. I feel like Capricorn King because I quote shit all day. Western Wave is a phenomenon. Okay. Well, I don't know, Prozzy. Like, you're like, you know, that's one thing. Aside from YouTube, like, what shit? Aside from YouTube, cooking, and fucking hot bitches, like, what are you? I don't know. Like, my hobby is like you can see by these fucking movies. Like, you know, I love watching movies. Like, what's a hobby that you have? Playing Civilization.
Video game. I really like playing video games. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, that's one thing I struggle with trying to figure out something new to do. I want to do more Huandaos. Huandao is like a Taiwanese word for going around the island, like on a motorcycle or something.
Do you guys do like? Are there any like board games or like mahjong or anything like that?
Mahjong's very popular. I tried playing. It's hard. I mean, it's not hard, but like I sucked at it. I don't find board games fun. I find them fucking frustrating and boring.
On these 4K videos, sometimes I see people in China doing like Tai Chi in the park. Do they do that in Taiwan too or no? Like the grandmas and grandpas?
The grandma things is popular, but not as popular as it is in China. So like in China, they have like the square dancing with all the amas and stuff. In Taiwan, they have it, but it's not as popular. But like that's not something you don't go and do that with them.
Yeah, you're not hanging out with the old people. That's like, Prozzy, why are you so sexy and why haven't you tried vandalism yet?
Yeah.
Oh, late to the game. So he's in Germany. He's like an illegal spray paint graffiti artist.
Illegal?
I don't know. I think he does legal stuff, but he obviously does illegal shit too. You know. What's the point of being a spray paint artist if you can't do stuff that's illegal?
Yeah, I wonder what does he paint?
And
Erika.
yeah, just go get.
Und hast heißt.
Yeah, he spray paints on the subway. Let in more illegal immigrants. We need more brown people here.
In Germany?
Yeah, sure.
Turn off the nuclear power.
Yeah. Turn off the nuclear power. Fucking. I say whatever you like about Trump. I loved it how I think their prime minister or something in Germany like snubbed him, so he just snubbed her a bunch after that. And I was like, yeah, that's right. I don't take shit from those Germans. Those fucking sausage
filthy Europeans.
They don't even know how to eat hot dogs right. They all do it with just a hot dog and a dip it in mustard.
Yeah.
It's like they don't even have the bun.
What's funny about Germans is like I have friends who are from Bavaria and friends who are from like Berlin, and they fucking hate each other.
Yeah, they're like, don't compare us to those
the
assholes.
only thing you know about Germany is the ones about Bavaria.
Yeah, the southern and northern and middle Germans, they all hate each other.
Yeah,
like it's like such like stupid infighting shit. Like people when I lived in Chiba in the New Jersey place, they were like that too. They're like, we're cooler than those guys in South Chiba. I'm like, all of you guys suck. Why don't you understand this?
Yeah.
You guys are nothing compared to Tokyo, you know?
He says Bavaria and Berlin both suck. He's like, fuck them all. I'm from Aachen.
Yeah. I'm from the one pure Germany. It's called Austria. Yeah. we have so many. We have the world's best art schools. We deny everybody. We're so elitist.
I don't think you can deny anyone from an Austrian art school
I
anymore.
think that was
illegal.
the rule. After World War II, they made a bunch of rules, like no camps, and also only summer camps with no barbed wire, and every art school just automatically let them in. Just let them in.
Do your best to pronounce this fucking place. He says my area is best. Rugenbiet. Near the Netherlands border. Near the Dutch?
North Rhine-Westphalia is a great place to be, lad. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it feels like in Taiwan, can you guys go like snorkeling, or is the water?
Yeah, that's really popular. Recently, free diving and scuba diving super popular. You know what's really fucking dumb is that Taiwanese people can't swim, right? At least a lot of them. They don't know how to swim.
In Japan, like every kid has to join a swimming school.
Yeah. Oh, it's like that all around the world. But in Taiwan, what happened was like the ROC or the Kuomintang ran Taiwan with an iron fist, right? It was a one-party. Just as bad as China was for a long time.
Yeah.
And so they banned people from swimming because they were worried that people would swim away to like China or something. Wait,
that's real? That's a thing?
Yeah. Like you couldn't go swimming. So a lot of people in Taiwan just never learned how to swim. And then they also have a lot of superstitions about like ghosts and they think water is really dangerous. Like and in their defense, like the East Coast and stuff, there is a lot of like riptides and shit that'll just like drag you into the ocean kind of thing. So these days, a lot more Taiwanese people are learning how to swim, so kids go to swimming lessons, but still. So anyways, I was talking to this girl like a couple weeks ago, just before I got here, and she was like, I was like, what do you like to do for fun? She's like, oh, I love scuba diving. I was like, oh, that's cool. Seems pretty good at swimming. She's like, no, I don't know how to swim. I was like, you love scuba diving? She's like, yeah. I'm like, so you know how to swim? She's like, no, I don't know how to swim. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, no, scuba diving and swimming are different. And I talked to like 2 or 3 other Taiwanese people, and they're like, yeah, no, it's not the same. You don't have to learn how to swim to scuba dive. I was like, what?
Huh. Well, you know what?
I don't understand
I don't argue. Oh, this is Wuhan. There it is. Yeah.
Huh?
The roof of
Wuhan
Museum.
Wow, that's a good place.
Yeah, that place definitely changed the world, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, good way. Totally not. What is it? The Prozzy, do you have an Instagram? Yeah, guys, just look up
Prozzy_SR.
Yeah, look up Prozzy_SR, man.
Yeah.
What is with this like strangely borderline 19-something Germany's music going on here? I wanted Asian. This is more like let's take over France. This is like more like.
Yeah, I think Epidemic Sounds need to up their Asian game a little bit.
Yeah, I want more bamboo flutes and crying.
Yeah. You want like the Beijing opera.
Yeah. I want some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon music, you know?
Yeah.
This is all like...
This,
yeah. What the fuck is this shit? Come on. So... So aside from obvious, so like basically your whole big thing about Japan is that like there's shit to do, and you love that there's shit to do, and it's easy to do.
I also, there's that combined with the fact that you guys have so many cultural exportable things where you can, like, there's a tangible Japanese atmosphere to it that I really like, where China and Taiwan both are kind of missing that in a way because China lost so much of their culture in the Cultural Revolution. So all of their buildings are fucking ugly and they don't look cool at all. They're just utilitarian and gross, and it just doesn't feel this. It's like lacking a certain level of authenticity, if that makes sense. And Taiwan is kind of the same. Not to say that it's like an ugly place. Like, they can make, like, their temples are gorgeous, really pretty, but it doesn't have, like, you can't, I could put you somewhere in Taiwan and you'd be like, where the fuck am I? Like, you wouldn't be able to pull from the environment where you are culturally speaking.
Yeah.
Whereas if I plopped you somewhere in Japan, you could look around and be like, oh, this is definitely Japan. I know because that building looks like this, and that sign looks like this, and that advertisement has this, you know? You can take a look at, like, you have a shitload of stickers and posters and shit.
Yeah.
Every single one of these is a
It's a Japanese
cultural
sticker, yeah.
thing. You couldn't do this with Taiwan because they don't produce enough things like that. There's not that we don't have like enough. The one thing we do have
cultural shit.
Well, the problem is, like, so most Mando pop singers, rappers, anything that happens in Mandarin, most of them are Taiwanese actually. Famous actors, they're all from Taiwan. But in order for them to make money and get famous, they have to do so in China, which means they never bring up the fact that they're Taiwanese.
Yeah.
And so any thing that gets famous is often Chinese Mando stuff, and it never gets accredited to Taiwan. So we just don't really have that kind of cultural impact that Japan does. And so I just think maybe it's more because I don't live here. I'm sure if I lived here, I would think it was fucking bullshit and just boring after a while, but it is cool having that kind of feeling.
You got a question?
Which, down there? Dan Proz's Instagram is almost as sexy as Sam's.
This is Hey Prozzy.
Oh, the Larry. Hey Prozzy, stupid question. Have you noticed any difference between people in Taiwan compared to maybe Taiwanese Americans? I find that the Thai American people ones to be snobby and obnoxious. I've never met any Taiwanese Americans, so I don't know. I only know Taiwanese people.
Is OnlyFans a thing in Taiwan? It's becoming more of a thing in Japan. They have a thing called Fantasia or something here.
I think it is. Why?
Oh no, just because like it didn't used to be a thing. Like Japan's always like 5 to 10 years like late to the party kind of stuff. So,
yeah, I think we have OnlyFans. You're just checking the stream quality.
Yeah, I just want to check the stream quality. Yeah, just making sure. What a mashup, right, guys? Do you ever like? I think when somebody asks me like, what's the worst thing about living in Japan as a foreigner? I think that the worst thing is just that it's so easy to make friends with other foreigners because they're more flexible with their time. Like Japanese people, like they work hard, they commute far, they don't have free time, so it's like it's an effort, not for everyone, but for like most normal working people, it's really an effort for them to make time. Like it's like a job, like they're making time for you. When your other foreign friends are around, you're just like, hey, you want to fucking hang out? Let's hang out. But like everybody who doesn't really have like a spouse here or never learns Japanese, like they eventually leave, and that's the thing that sucks, is that like you need to make friends with Japanese people, but it takes a lot more effort. But it's going to be worth it in the long run. But in Taiwan, I'm guessing like a lot of people fucking stay for a little bit and then they leave, right? Not a lot of people stay permanently.
Some people do. Some people raise families and stuff and make it a long-term thing. But yeah, I would say most people just leave.
Yeah.
And I think that's why for Taiwanese people, there's no point in being friends with you because you're just going to fuck off.
Well, what's the ratio of Taiwanese friends that you have right now versus, like, for me right now, I'm really ashamed of myself. It's like 80 foreigner, 20% Japanese, like, and that's like I have to keep up. I think if I made friends with more Japanese YouTubers, I'd be hanging out with Japanese people more often.
Well, the thing is, in Taiwan, it's easier to make friends because so many people speak English.
Yeah.
So I would say like half my friends are foreigners, half my friends are Taiwanese, but the half that are Taiwanese, we speak English to each other.
Oh, okay.
It's honestly like, it's almost hard practicing your Chinese because like with my Taiwanese friends, it was just, why the fuck would we switch to speaking Chinese? Because my Chinese was going to be way worse than their English. So, but now all of a sudden we're just going to choose to communicate less effectively.
Is your Chinese really like not that like?
It's okay. I can get around. That was my last video I made. I was speaking Chinese to people in Taipei. So I can get around a conversation. It's all right. My
Like-
pronunciation, I think, is pretty good, but my vocabulary sucks dick. I'm so bad at remembering words.
Like if you need to sign up for a new cell phone or something, you don't need help. You can do it all yourself and everything.
Yeah, I can do that.
If you go to like if you get hurt or something, you can go to the doctor. You don't need somebody to help you out, like with talking or whatever.
Doctors, I prefer to bring a friend just because it's more serious.
Yeah.
You know, like, but then even then, like, doctors in Taiwan will speak English. Dude, I
Okay.
went to a doctor last year. I fucking passed out at a baseball game on camera. I walked into
Shit.
the office and the guy was like, "So what's up with you?" I was like, but in that, like, I was like, "Dude, whoa, like, how do you speak some English?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Vancouver." I was like, "The fuck."
Oh fuck.
Okay. So, but for like more serious stuff, you probably want a local just because you don't know, you know what I mean? Even if your Chinese is good enough, you still want it just because there's always that risk. Even like in English, you know, there's medical terms, you don't know what the fuck it means.
Well, I mean, I just I'm so used to always having to do things myself, so it's like I don't really like if I like for example, like when I renewed the contract for this place, I read it over, but I just wanted to clarify, so I had my Japanese friend double check, but most of the stuff I got right, but it's like when it comes to like shit that's going to bind you for years or something, like yeah, you want a second eye, but like when I go to I rarely meet Japanese people who are good at English. And maybe it's just because I'm not looking
that's
for
what
it,
I
but
hear.
so I have to like it's sink or swim. But also like
It's more important to learn Japanese in Japan than it is to learn Chinese in Taiwan, for sure.
well, like one of my buddies, Tetsu, he's bilingual. He lived in Canada for a year, but he never speaks English. You know, like he watches English movies and stuff, and he understands most of it. But when we talk, it's like it's kind of like a blend of each thing.
English and Chinese, yeah.
And
Or
it's
Japanese,
kinda,
excuse me.
well, I mean, it's just kind of like it's cool because like you don't need to strain yourself when you're saying something like that guy I was talking to earlier when we went to go get food or something, like that guy lived in New York for a couple years and but he never speaks English anymore. Like his kids are all grown up and shit, so he never speaks English, but I still try it. Like if I say words and stuff, like what was I saying earlier, like I was talking about like I was telling him how one of my jobs is like teaching biology to like pharmaceutical companies, and that's not often, but I do that. And he's like, but I was trying to think of the word for biology, and I was like, I think it's like seibutsu or butsu, because like physics and biology are very similar, the way they sound in Japanese. But I was just like, oh, biology, and he understood that, you know. But like many Japanese people wouldn't, kind of thing. But I mean, it's fun when you have bilingual friends, but like I try to make it so I'm not overly speaking English the whole time.
Right. No, I mean, it definitely helps with language learning. The issue with Mandarin is that they don't have like what you have in Japanese, where a lot of the words are just English but said in a Japanese way.
Yeah.
We do not have that in Mandarin at all. They absolutely refuse to borrow words, so all of the words are a Chinese word. So like, let's say for example you go to the doctor and they tell you, you know, you have a whatever, and you don't understand the word, right? Because it's hard. Like, why would you know that fucking word?
Yeah,
Like, why
yeah.
would you know this medical term?
But you can't guess by context what they're talking about?
No. Sometimes you can if you know the each individual. No. Actually, well, here's my point. So then you go and you translate the word, and it's in Latin. So they're using the Latin word, and then you're like, okay, well, fuck. Now I gotta. But usually
do
Google
extra
will
step,
give you
yeah.
the English, like what it actually is, you know. So it's really frustrating. Like there's always it depends. Like also depends on the word, right? Like qiqiu is air ball. So what do you think an air ball is?
Airball? I don't know, a blimp or something? Or
It's a balloon.
basketball? Oh, balloon.
It's a balloon. So sometimes from the context you can get it, right? Or I don't know. There's all kinds of different examples like that, like 电脑, which is electric brain.
Is that computer
That's
or
a
something?
computer. So
Actually, I only know that because that's the story for writing the Chinese character.
okay.
Like that's the way I learn. Anyway, point is, yeah. So yeah, like they have their own words for stuff. But like for example, like you don't know how to if you don't know how to say microphone, you could be like the thing that you talk into that records your voice that you hook up to a computer.
Okay, well that one's different. That one's microphone. So there's a
Well,
slight.
I meant like you can explain like. For example, when I had internet, I was trying to explain a coax cable, but I don't know how to say coax or whatever. So I was like, you know, the cable that goes from your wall to a router, but it's not a LAN cable or something. And then like, oh, this cable, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the cable. You can't really do whatever. Point is, this
you
is.
could, but a coax cable is really.
Let's say you go to the doctor and you have that bad case of diarrhea. You just say,
Oil la dulce.
Jayo.
Diarrhea.
Jayo, add oil,
No,
add oil.
Diarrhea is an easy one. That's one every foreigner. That's the first fucking thing you learn.
Yeah.
That's la dulce. I remember that because I thought that the la was spicy. Spicy in Chinese is la. So I thought it was la dulce as in spicy stomach. But it's not. It's a different la. It's not spicy. But that's how I remembered it. It's funny. Also, in all Chinese languages, there's technically no real alphabet. You have to memorize everything by heart, dramatically increasing the difficulty level. That's true. So, like, learning how to read is fucking impossible. Like, it's like the kanji system. There's, like, a billion characters. It's really hard.
Yeah, but you guys only have one reading for every kanji, right? Or every Chinese character. Like in Japan, like, for example, like this one right here. This is Haishin, which means live stream. But that could also, if you change this kanji here, it could mean distributing like a haitatsu. It could mean delivery or something. Okay. But this is like this right here says shin, but it could be gen. It could be like there's different ways to read that stuff. So some, like, you know, it's not just the meaning and the word change, like the way it sounds change, but in Chinese it's always the same meaning, same sound, right?
In most cases, yeah.
Yeah. So that is convenient for you guys, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's convenient because really, if you can just learn how to read, like, I don't know, a certain amount of characters, you can get around. You know, it's only like in very special use cases where you'll find this one particular character for this particular thing that fucking not even Taiwanese people know what it says. But reading Chinese is very, very difficult. Speaking Chinese is actually kind of easy because it's such a simple language. There's no verb tenses. There's no verb conjugation. It's like really simple.
It's just like word kind of thing, right?
A little bit, yeah. The difficult parts is like they have a lot of idioms that like don't make any fucking sense unless you know what they are. That's kind of hard. But learning Chinese really isn't all that hard. The most important thing with Chinese is pronunciation.
Yeah.
If you fuck up a word, I don't know what it is, but they cannot understand what, like, for example, sleep is 睡觉, but dumplings is 水饺. And if you go into a dumpling restaurant and accidentally say, I want sleep, they have no way of knowing. And there's Life in Taiwan. This is actually his story. He went to a dumpling restaurant, and they were like, huh? He's like, 睡觉, huh? And for some people, it's like really difficult to remember the tones.
Every radish has its
So that's a Chinese idiom that we love to say. It's 一个萝卜有一个空, or 一空 or something. So, but that's used in like a specific scenario. But we just think it's funny to use it completely inappropriately. So me and Alan will just say, or he'll just say it. It's really funny. So,
like, what do you mean? Like, does that mean like every dude has a chick or something? Like every guy,
everything has its place.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. So,
it's like, hey, that woman's being beat over there. Every radish has its hole.
Yeah, or I like to say 差不多. Like, 差不多 is the most common one, I think. It's not even an idiom. It means pretty much or just about, but I use it. Or I like to say 随遇而安, which is like, I'm just dealing with this situation with what I have, basically. But I never use it in the right context, but I don't give a fuck.
Can you read that kanji? That's Japanese, but can you read that? Or guess what that says?
I can read the last two characters and the first character, but I don't know.
What little part of it could you understand? Maybe
the first character is big.
Yeah.
And then shangde, or the sheng in that character. I don't know. I'm so.
It says like taihen seiteki, which is like it means like super difficult sexual, like it's like really sexual. It's over. That was like a word I made up. So like in but I mean Japanese people could understand or something. Like if you say like big American hot dog or something, big American sausage, like it's kind of like this. It's like I always say to somebody, like if it's a Japanese guy, like I'll be like taihen sexual, where it's like I'm not just like sexual. I'm like it's so hard, like it's like I'm straining myself to be sexual, but I must be sexual. So anyway,
okay,
it's just a stupid joke.
Yeah, I mean my I kind of gave up because like I started to learn how to read in China, where they have simplified characters. And then I moved to Taiwan where it's traditional. And I'm like, motherfucker. If you can read traditional Chinese, you can read simplified Chinese. But if you can only read simplified Chinese, you probably can't really read traditional. I found learning Mandarin really difficult, as honestly it sounds awful to me, especially mainland accent, and I'm a native Cantonese speaker. Yeah, that's I find Japanese, like, listening, I'm gonna sound like such a fucking weeb, but I find it like a beautiful sounding language. It sounds pretty. Whereas like Korean sounds whiny and annoying, and Chinese sounds really harsh. I find actually Cantonese the same way as well. Cantonese is a very like wing wong. It sounds like fucking Vietnamese or something. Yeah, it sounds racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese sounds a little bit harsh. I can agree. I understand what he means.
I don't know. I watched the movie Hero with Jet Li, and I watched it first in Mandarin, then I watched it in Cantonese. And like when I watched it in Mandarin, it just sounded like I know it's like kind of old style Chinese too, so it's not like today's Chinese, but it just sounded like everybody was trying to whisper. Like there's so many essays. Yeah,
that R sound is a very northern way of speaking, but in Taiwan that's completely absent from their accent.
Yeah, and I was like, come on, dude. Like, you know, at least with like Cantonese, it sounds like I either like stepped out of bounds and they're telling me to come back, or like somebody stepped on a thumbtack and like Aya Pindoa. You know, it's like it's pretty funny. Why does it say I have to edit my message to send a super chat? I don't know, man. If you're writing down the hard R or you're cussing, they won't let you. You got like if you want to write down a cuss word, just type in like star or something, or type in half the word with star or something. You'll figure it out. Sam is Taihan sexual. What's up, William? Hell yeah, dude. 1 week from now, hell yeah. Wing, the question should be, who is the guy who isn't oiled up? Naze kono gay na hito wa mada Tokyo no gay bar ni iku yo ni hiu na. He's like, why hasn't this gay person obviously not been to a gay bar yet? Yeah, this Wing, he's always calling everybody gay and communist. It's fun. Yeah, man, I mean, like, I don't know, dude, like, fucking, that's the thing about, like Asia. It's like, you learn, I don't know, like, to me, it's like, hearing Thai or Vietnamese or Cambodian or Lao or something, like, it sounds very, like it sounds like the Mars Attack aliens.
Star Wars languages or something, yeah.
It's like being in London at 3 a.m. We can't go out. There's sand people out there.
Right.
It's too dangerous to go out
like,
alone.
I wonder to an Asian person if they listen to a German and an English speaker, would it sound somewhat similar? Because it's like it's a German sort of.
Like, what is it, like the joke where it's like, oh, hi guys, hi.
Do you take MasterCard?
You know? Yeah, do you guys have non-dairy creamer?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's like, oh man, what is it? What do you mean you don't have valet parking here? You know?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, but Mandarin's not, as far as sentence structure, like I was talking to my buddy about learning Japanese, and he said it's very difficult because you guys have like verb conjugation and your fucking subject goes at the end or some shit. Like,
it's not that it's difficult, it's just different. If you look at it from that angle, it's really not that hard. Like, if you're trying to analyze it with the goggles of America or like English grammar, then of course it's going to look hard. But you don't think of it like that. You just think, like, if you're trying to explain chess to somebody who's like a track and field star, they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? And it's like, well, you're sitting, just think of it totally different. One, you're running around and you're using your physical body. One, you're sitting down and you're thinking about what you're going to do ahead of time. That's like 20 steps ahead, you know? Like, so it's like Japanese is different. Like, it's harder if you look at it from those lenses, but it's really not. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't question it, you just get used to it, you know?
You just kind of wrap your head, like, yeah.
Like, don't try to analyze it, just fucking use it. That's all you gotta do.
Just
like,
kind of be in it.
Well, I mean, like, everything is complicated when you overanalyze shit. And when you're trying to find something out about something like a language where you just learn it, you don't need to learn why the grammar is the way it is.
It just is.
It just is. Like, don't worry about that. You can analyze that after you learn how to fucking speak.
Yeah.
So, look at this shit. You guys don't have any of this in Taiwan where it's just like group fucking.
Oh, we do. There's
like,
just way less people doing it.
Yeah, like that's cool. Like everyone's working out together for free outside, you know, fresh air and shit.
Yeah, it's very popular in Taiwan and in China. Again, being healthy, staying active, that type of thing.
Do you have any Grey Poupon? Wait, you're from Canada. You speak French or no?
I did when I was a kid. Yeah.
Canada. Do you ever miss Canada? I don't really.
No.
I don't miss America anymore.
There's times. Okay, there's times. There's smell, like there's like moments that I miss. Like I fucking, like, you're from New York,
or something?
Yeah, I miss that. I'm from Canada. Like snow, fucking hate snow. It's annoying.
I like having to go to see snow. I don't like having to live in
I don't like
snow,
shoveling.
you know?
It's fucking annoying. But what I do like is like when the snow is falling and it's thick and it's nighttime and it's slow and you're inside and it's cozy and it's like around Christmas time and it's just like that real cozy feel.
Get
I
that
miss
smelling
that.
of like wood burning and stuff.
Yeah,
so nice,
or like
yeah.
fresh cut grass. I miss
Yeah.
that smell, like stuff like that. But like where you don't get that in Taiwan at all because it's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
But no, I mean I grew up in like the suburbs of Ottawa, like the super white town, hyper sanitary. I'm lucky I grew up there.
Gentrified,
It's lovely,
yeah.
you know. I didn't have any like hard things growing up. I always had food to eat, and I lived in a house, and it was lovely. But you know, I don't know. I don't really miss it anymore. I think once you're gone for so long, you forget the things that you're supposed to miss, and then you go back home, and you're like, Jesus, I totally forgot I missed that.
Well, I mean, like, I think it just gets to the point where I'm so used to being here that now it's more normal for me than it was back home. So it's like, you know, I used to love eating like American bacon, you know, like real bacon. They don't have that here, or at least it's hard to get.
But at 7-Elevens, you guys have fucking packaged smoked meats and stuff. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Salami?
no, your guys' 7-Eleven suck in Taiwan. It's all microwave shit and eggs and stuff.
I'm gonna
fuck
make a
that,
video
you know?
comparing Taiwanese 7 to
Do it.
yours.
Do it. But I mean, the whole point is though, it's like I really missed bacon and shit like that when I was here. But when I first moved here, but now I'm just like I'm so not used to eating it that like I really don't give a shit anymore. You know, like I don't know, like there's stuff that it's like you miss, but it's like you get so used to not having it that it's not a big deal when you don't have it anymore, kind of thing. I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you find a way to replace stuff, you know, like it's like, oh man, like you don't have to. It's like, oh, you live in a small place. Like, you know, and I'm like, well, even at least compared
It's
to like
not
a
that
small,
small, man.
yeah, no, I meant like you know, like people who are like, well, I have a
Like a 3-bedroom
a
house on my
3-bedroom
ranch
or
in
something.
Texas.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, yeah, you're far away from everything cool, and like you have to drive everywhere, and like you don't have any public transport. Like I have a motorcycle, but I literally have trains and buses that could take me anywhere. Like I don't need to be.
I don't mind
restricted
living in
by
a
that.
small place because it makes you make good use of your space.
And it's
you
cozy,
know?
yeah,
And
you
it's
know?
cozy, yeah. You live in a big ass house. It's like it's the most empty, sterile,
sad,
fucking
yeah.
sad. Yeah, like it can echo. What the fuck?
Taiwan #1. That's right.
There you go.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know, man. It's just like, yeah, again, like having a place with a more solidified cultural identity that has more shit that like other people around the world can get into and shit.
Yeah,
and
there's
it's
an
just-
authentic feeling to
Yeah.
being here that you don't get in other countries. And it's cool. And there's like you mentioned, like when you were trying to improve your Japanese, you would immerse yourself in Japanese society and do Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
Whether that means reading anime or manga, whatever the fuck, or doing classic video game stuff, or pachinko machines, or arcades, or all of these
Yeah.
quintessential Japanese things that you can easily put your finger on and say, this is a Japanese activity that I'm partaking in. Whereas in Taiwan, there's nothing you can put your finger on and be like, this is a Taiwanese activity.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
unless you know, maybe you could go to a temple and learn about the gods and pray with people if you think that's fun.
Well, it's just like there's more like group bonding stuff here. I think at the end of the day, like as many people want to be like by themselves and be self-sufficient or whatever, and like, you know, like I think at the end of the day, we're all people, and we really like me, like I'm an extrovert, but I like people on my terms. You know, I like to go out. One of the reasons I'm so fucking wacky and shit when I go out is because I spend most of my week inside fucking translating and doing like a job, you know. So it's like when I go out, it's fun. It is like a genuine, like it's like I finally get to go on recess kind of thing. And like you, I can't have fun until I get my work done kind of thing. So it's like same
Right.
thing with the live stream video games. I can't do that until like I used to game stream all the time. Now I don't do it because I'm like I need to get all this other YouTube shit done. And then if I actually get that done, then the reward is playing a video game, you know. But even then I have to stream it though, because like with streaming you might get some money, and also like you can record it too, you know. So it's like I don't know, like when you're older, like you can't just like hang out for the sake of hanging out. I mean, even this doesn't make any money, but it's like a cool thing to be like, oh, I don't have that many guests on my live streams. Prozy's here. Like, yeah, we already made a video, but we also get this too. You know, it's fun. Mm-hmm. And also like fuck, we've known each other for like
6-7 years.
No, it's longer than that.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's right. We
shit.
chatted before we met. It's been like damn near 10 years now.
It's like almost 10 years. Like, you know, we've been in Asia for. I've almost been in Asia for 20 years, and like, you know, you've been here for over 10 and stuff. So
we've met twice. We're already best friends.
Yeah, we're the best. He's the coolest guy ever. Look, he's black and white, you know.
Yeah.
Just we're just a bunch of black and white guys hanging out together, you know. Racial pride, racial harmony together, guys, you know.
Yeah.
But I know it is funny though, because it's just like we started like vlogging and stuff when there weren't that many people vlogging, and now it's like all the people that were with us originally are kind of gone now. Like everyone from that, yeah, you know. So it's just like, and it sucks too because like I have a feeling that you guys didn't really want to leave. I mean, you obviously like part of you did want to leave, and you did leave China, but it's like. I feel like Matt and fucking like Winston, they never really wanted to leave, but like the government just kept being like, we're gonna harass these guys till they get tired of this, and they want to get the fuck out of here. And it's just sad because it's like I hate it when people bring up that like Winston or Matt only make videos talking shit about China. It's like, no, they're making the videos that the people in China can't make anymore, and they're like, look, this place might be awesome, but like these people who don't have a voice, we want to give them a voice. We want to bring this to light because it's like if you're not doing that, then that's just censorship, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are the glasses for nighttime, so they're kind of hard.
Cool. They really do work.
Hey, try wearing these. These are the blue light ones.
What does that mean?
It's
They
for
only
the
let
computer.
blue light?
No, it's to make everything less harsh. It's for the computer screen. It's not that much a big a difference, but
does it magnify it?
No. It just what do you call it? It dims it a little bit more.
Jesus Christ! I feel like I watched NASCAR in these.
And this one's for at nighttime. This is like Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it looks like your nose comes off with those glasses.
Wonk, wonk, yeah. Oh my God, it does. Oh God, guys, I was lying the whole time. I'm one of the chosen people now.
Yeah. He says, "Damn, I miss the old vlogging days, man." I don't know if he's talking about Winston and
are you talking about Japan vlogs or China vlogs? Dude?
I don't know what I did differently that people liked so much. I don't get it.
Well, no, I mean your stuff is more highly produced now, and you have like more of like a theme of like
but that's just because I got better at editing,
well,
and not even that much
you
better.
You do more like
cultural.
Doing cultural stuff. You used to be just like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying the difference is like you used to be hanging out and drinking. And you're just like and you had like a lot more dark humor. I think back in the day too.
Well, yeah, I used to curse a lot. I was fucking hammered the whole time. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
I'm not saying it's bad or worse. I'm just saying it's different. You know, that's all.
Yeah, I got to. I don't know. I do think though I have to do a lot less cultural explaining shit because nobody cares, and actually going out and like trying it. That's what's fun about being in Japan is that like I'm trying all this stuff for the first time, and I'm like, God, this is so refreshing. This is what I used to do.
Yeah.
Whereas in Taiwan, I've been there for so long, and in China so long that I don't have to go and explore new things and try them for the first time because I've fucking done them a million times. So I'm at the point now where I'm like explaining it. That's not fun for people. But I'm here in Japan, like I think it's really fun to see, or at least to do stuff. Like I went into I don't know what it was, like a similar place we got lunch at, and in Japan you don't give them the fucking money. You put it in a stupid machine. It's all electronic. But I was putting the change in where the reject change come out, and it broke.
Oh no!
And I was like, oh fuck, I'm so embarrassed, you know. And then like, I thought that Japanese girls were all like small and timid and cute and polite. Dude, the manager walks out, the most fucking butch, short, polo shirt wearing, backwards hat fucking lesbian you've ever seen. Just like
you got the butch lesbian yelling at you.
Yeah, and she was like, you know, keys hanging from her belt, like fucking, and she fixed it. I was like, I didn't know they made Japanese people like you. God damn.
It's not all on the internet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but like shit like that stuff would never happen to me anymore in Taiwan because I know exactly how everything works. But it's just exciting to be in Japan and experiencing things.
Yeah,
for
doing
the first
like
time.
new shit again, right?
Yeah, it's fun. I like that.
He's talking about vlogs in general. He misses. Yeah, did Taiwan ever enforce the vaccine mandate?
It did. Yeah. No, I don't know if it did legally, but a lot of jobs would fire you if you didn't get it. And masks, we had to do masks or you get fined.
Yeah, in Japan they didn't do the thing where it's like you can't group to hang out. Like there was nothing for the individual, you didn't get fucked. But if you were a business owner, you had to like have constantly the door open, even if it was cold at night. Everyone still had to wear a mask, but like for individuals, like we were not told to stay home. Not not everyone was forced to take a vaccine. And stuff.
You guys did a social
like
prodding.
pressure thing.
Yeah, ours was legal, and that really pissed me off. But Taiwanese people are like, oh, we'll listen. I don't really want to get into this.
Yeah, just skip over it. Point is that in Japan, it was pretty badass. Like, you know, they couldn't if you were a business owner, you kind of got fucked. But if you were, you know, like, what is it? It's just, it was in Japan, like the business owners were the ones getting fucked. So if you didn't follow the stuff, like they said, everyone like close at 8, and some places stayed up, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put it on TV. We're gonna be like, haha, bitch, we're shaming you. And some of the places were just like, I don't give a fuck. Advertise, yes, I need more people to come in. Like, thank you.
Right.
And, like, so that's the one nice thing about Japan is that they are changing. Like, they're not being so robotic. I think that's because of TikTok and Instagram, though. Like, people just watching all this American shit and being more like westernized a little bit more. They're not taking so much crap. But at the same time, you got to be a little bit careful. What is it? I miss all their old videos. Winston Matt said they're going to be doing more motorcycle blogs. Yeah, they went to they did Vietnam and Taiwan, I think, for the stuff.
Yeah. It's tough. They have kids now. You
Yeah.
know, it's tough to be away from your family. But I get people miss it, you know, because now they do a lot of.
It's just green screen talking, pretty much.
Yeah.
People are just jealous because Prozzy and Sam are very cultured. We are men of culture, dude.
Sure are, Patron.
Asian countries in general have high conformity, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the great thing about being a foreigner, though, is that, like, you're not expected to, at least when you're a Western foreigner, and that's not a race thing. Like, if you are an Asian Canadian person, they're going to still hold you in a different regard versus, like, a Chinese person or something.
They don't really know what you're all about, kind of thing. But here's my thing about Taiwan, though, right? When you look at what they've been through in their recent history, they fought a civil war, lost the war, retreated to Taiwan, lived under a one-party dictatorship under the ROC, went through all of that, right? And then from all of that shitty dictatorship, communist, whatever the fuck, all that war, all that stuff, rises a democracy, rises like a free country.
And then they did the vaccine
And then
stuff.
you're
I
like-
know, don't jump into it. You're going to get in trouble. Here, give me my thermos really quick. I'm stopping Prozzy before he gets canceled by Taiwan
I don't
for
give
having
a
an
fuck.
opinion.
It's like, yeah, but it's like you would think that.
Yeah, you would
You
think that
would-
they
the
would have kept that
conformity
stuff.
thing-
Yeah, they would have gotten away from that.
Yeah, and
very
it's
far.
like it's just shocking.
No,
you know?
well, the manager of the guest house I was living at, his girlfriend's Taiwanese, and they lived in Taiwan during Corona. And he was like, they went out to they did a barbecue by the river, and they're like, and they were like, you have more than 4 people, you have to go back home now. And he was like, what the fuck? And he's like, there's 6 people here, like, why don't we just split up into 2 groups? And they're like, nope, fuck you got to go back. And
yeah,
and it was just shit like that. But I don't know, man. I mean, like, maybe, like, well, again, like, I think the big thing is the overall thing is the zoning shit. If you had a certain designated area for people to do certain designated, I don't think that's just Taiwan. I think everywhere, you know, get the fucking, this is the party town. This is the, like, some Japanese people a couple months ago, they were showing people publicly drinking in Shinjuku and stuff, and there was like trash on the ground. Everyone's just sitting down on the ground drinking beer, like convenience store beers and shit. And the caption was, "This is why I hate Shinjuku." And I'm like, you don't live here. like anybody who lives here wouldn't say that because they know exactly what they're getting into when they come here. And so, what would you rather have? This spread out throughout the whole fucking city, or have it be concentrated in this one area? You know?
Yeah.
And
that's true.
you gotta keep that in mind. And so I feel like if you give people a place where it's like a general same purpose, it's going to be a lot easier to gather like-minded individuals and shit, you know? But I don't know.
Topher's in the chat.
Topher! Where's Topher?
Where you said Prozzy and
Uncle
Sam,
Topher, yeah.
you've been streaming for over 2 hours? We're
Oh,
fucking
shit.
here all day, all night.
Oh, fuck. What's up, guys? Prozzy's
Let
number
Prozzy
one
speak the
troopin'.
truth. Yeah, this guy's trying to censor me, this fucking communist.
I'm trying to
Dad
censor him,
Prozzy
yep.
is using the troopin' method. Taiwan number 1. I agree, Prozzy. Don't be afraid to speak the truth. You're sincerely being objective.
Hey, I don't live in Taiwan. He lives in Taiwan. I don't want him to fucking
lover.
He's gonna message me later. He's gonna be like, "Why did you make me say that shit during the
Yeah.
podcast, like during the fucking live stream?"
Sam wants a red light district in every city. Prozzy, spray hard, spray fierce, spray inside the troop.
Yeah,
And
that's
troop.
right.
Taiwan number 1. I was supposed to go to Taiwan during COVID on a language scholarship. but didn't get to go because of the shutdown. Yeah, that shutdown was bullshit. I think Japan had the same thing they wouldn't let people in. I, for one, am proud of my Chinese heritage, but at the same time, I can objectively point out the bullshit in China. I don't blindly say China is great just because I'm culturally Chinese. Yeah, and Taiwanese people are the same way. A lot of people, especially if they are Waishenran or part of the Kuomintang, they will say that they're culturally Chinese, but they're not. The problem with the word Chinese is it's just not nuanced enough in English to explain what they mean when they say they're Chinese.
What do you mean?
So Chinese is an umbrella term that can mean so many different things, but in the actual language of Mandarin, that word, there's lots of different words that can describe it. So if they say I'm Chinese, but I'm Taiwanese Chinese, in English you hear that and you think of the China that we know today, the CCP.
Yeah.
But that's not what they're saying. They're saying they are culturally Chinese. So like the Chinese identity of old, right? It's a bit like if someone's Italian American.
Okay, so they're ethnically Chinese, what they're saying.
Yes, and culturally Chinese. But what they're not saying is that they belong to the CCP and they want nothing to do with that. So the Chinese, the word Chinese English just isn't enough. It's not nuanced enough to explain what people are talking about when they say that they're Chinese.
It says, Yo Prazi, when I was in China, dudes always commented on my big nose, pointing out good big noses are for pleasuring the ladies. Do you get comments like that?
Yeah, so big noses are seen as a beauty feature, and they don't mean big nose, they mean the bridge. This part of your nose is tall. It's seen as pretty. They don't like noses that are really flat, like you'll see in a lot of Chinese faces, but it's not for pleasuring the ladies. It's just considered a good-looking feature.
Does it mean you have like a big dick or something?
No, I don't think so. It just means a good-looking feature. I don't think they meant to pleasure the ladies. I think what they meant to say is that ladies like that feature.
All lockdowns were dumb. Imagine any daddy government to give you laws to tell you what. Yeah, right.
And who fucking died?
Exactly. No.
Who fucking died?
I know more people who had vaccine injuries than COVID injuries.
Yeah.
And I've gotten COVID like 4 times, man. And like I didn't get the vax, so you know.
Yeah, it's just his dick doesn't work as well as it did.
Yeah, right. You know, it's always been lacking in stamina. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's you know.
What do you think of the One China policy? I'm gonna go piss. Why don't you break that one down for me, Sam? What do you think of the One Japan
Well, that's
policy?
a great question because I totally know everything about this subject, guys. Thanks for bringing it up. I know this stuff, obviously. Isn't One China mean like that? There's no Hong Kong or Taiwan. That it's all China, right? Yeah, guys. I don't know, man. I think that at the end of the day, it's kind of sad that China doesn't let their people do what they want to do and shit. You know, like there's like I don't know, man. Like there's the cool thing about China is that, like, in my opinion, or from my eyes, they're just like the cool thing about China is that they don't give a fuck. They're like, okay, we're just gonna do this, and we're like, if we fuck up, we'll figure it out later. But like in Japan, they're always like, we don't want to do anything because we're afraid we'll fuck it up. We'll do it later. And so like that's the thing about China. Like, you know, when I think of China, I think of like these beautiful fucking landscapes, like in Guilin or whatever, like from Shenmue 2, where he was like on those mountains and stuff. And like I think of like the desert, the Gobi Desert or whatever it is and shit. Like I think of all this beautiful stuff, and then it's like you know, it's just, it makes me but then I think of like that one incident where the guys like were on the like in the bullet train and then it got buried, like, and then there were people still alive and they were like, oh shit, there's still people there. They might have their phone. They might tweet that they were just buried alive. We better fucking fix this.
Your microphone, I think.
Oh shit. Are we peaking? Sorry guys. Yeah, I'm so used to like having this on low setting and then doing that like that.
I can explain the history, unless you're done with this topic.
No, I don't know really. I mean, one China just means one Hong Kong, one or Taiwan and Hong Kong's part of China or something, right?
Well, it depends. It's so. Before the Civil War, China wasn't really a unified country yet. It was split up into different provinces that were run by different warlords.
What do you mean by like Civil War? Like how long ago is this? I don't know Chinese
This is like
history.
1930s, 1940s.
Is that like when Mao turned everyone communist or something, or what?
Yeah, so first there was in 1912 the Qing dynasty fell because it was corrupt and it was shit and nobody liked it, everyone was poor. And China they don't vote in a new dynasty. They revolt and they blow it all to pieces.
Oh, okay. So like do African style pretty much.
I guess so. And so the Nationalist Party took over, the Kuomintang, or the KMT. That's Sun Yat-sen. I don't know if you heard of that guy. But anyways, that ran the country for like 20, 30 years, but then they became corrupt and fucking taking money, and the country was falling apart, and it was shit, and the countryside was really suffering.
Oh, it really is the African way.
Yeah, and then so the Communist Party kind of started coming into more power, and they growed really quickly in the countryside because they were promising farmers, like, you know, equal land and all that kind of shit, commie stuff.
Yeah, dirty
And
fucking
then eventually
commies,
a whole war broke out between the communists and the nationalists. Mao was losing the war pretty badly because they were just outgunned. Like, all their fucking equipment was garbage.
Yeah.
Then you fucking people.
Oh.
You filthy fucking...
Me?
Yeah, oh yeah, you.
What do you mean, you
The
people?
Japanese came in and invaded.
Oh, nice.
Full-scale invasion into China, and so they put the war on hold.
They started it.
They fucking didn't.
You saw what
They
they
had
were.
our resources
You saw
that we needed.
You saw what they were wearing. They were asking for it, you know. They shouldn't have been walking around my neighborhood in Asia, you know, thinking they were better than me. I had to put them in their place, you know.
Yeah. So anyways, they put the war on hold, and then Japan got bombed a lot by the Americans. They left China. The war came back. The nationalists lost. They retreated to Taiwan. And so now you have two political parties that are claiming China. What does it mean to be Chinese now?
Uh-huh.
And that went on for a long time. And so China, the CCP, they have the one China policy, which means there is no Taiwan, there is no Hong Kong or Macau. It is the Communist Party of China. That is the one China policy. Whereas the Kuomintang, the KMT, say, no, we are the real China. The Communist Party is not legitimate. We hold claims to the whole country, although that argument isn't very popular anymore. And so now you have a third political party that's grown out of this, which is the Separatist Independence Party, the DPP, which is in power right now. And they say, fuck your China, fuck our China, we're Taiwan, and we have nothing to do with you, we're our own separate thing. So that's why I say, depending on who you talk to in Taiwan, they'll give you a different answer as to what they think Taiwan is and what it should be. So there you go. It's all Japan's fault.
Well, didn't the commies like burn down all the museums and libraries and shit,
Yeah.
and basically try to destroy all the history and shit anyway?
So after they beat the nationalists, they had the Cultural Revolution where they wanted to destroy the 5 olds or the 3 olds or something, where they would take out like Qing Dynasty tombs and stuff and they would burn it. And yeah, like historical books, scrolls, temples, anything old was completely destroyed. Teachers were being stoned and beat to death in the streets. Scientists were shot to death. And you had the Revolutionary Guard, or the young people who would come around and basically fuck shit up. And they wanted everything to be new. And they wanted everything to be progressive. And they wanted everything to be ultra-liberal, basically. And it was a really shit time. And even Chinese people in modern day will say that that was a giant fucking mistake, and they lost a huge part of their history and culture back then.
Yeah.
Taiwan never went through anything like that. However, it was still a one-party dictatorship, just under a different political party. And so it's just interesting to see the way the two... A lot of people think that Taiwan has been democratic for this whole time, and they're what China should be if it was democratic. But Taiwan only had the right to vote in like the 90s. It's a very recent thing.
Somebody said, like, right here for the fucking... What is it? Have you met Chinese Americans in China? They expect more from the ABCs to have educated, great job, successful, speak Mandarin, though
Yeah,
many
I have
over
met
Chinese.
a few, and it's really funny because what happens is like a Chinese person will see them and think they're Chinese, and they'll speak Mandarin, and then the ABC is like, I don't speak Chinese, and so the Chinese person will like slow everything down, and they're like as if they're talking to a deaf person, or like they're really dumb. It's like, you can speak as slow as you want. It's not going to change the fact that I can't fucking understand you. So yeah, it's kind of unfair, but it's funny because it's, you know, I think a lot of like ABCs or Italian Americans or whatever are so proud of their cultural heritage, but once they go back to their homeland, they realize how much they don't fucking fit in there.
Yep. I love this. What does this say? Ni hao, shay shay or something? Gui lo, lao wai. Ni hao. I can read that. Ni hao or something.
Was Gui Lao.
He's the hello. I'm a foreigner.
I think so. I'm not very good at reading.
Nothing happened between 4th and everyone was on holiday.
It was fine. Nanjing.
Yeah,
it was great.
It's totally fine.
For Japanese people, it was awesome.
Oh yeah, it's for Japanese people they had a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like
bayoneting babies.
Yeah,
and
it's
fucking-
the anniversary of that I saw on Twitter or something in Japan. I don't know what side they were taking, if it's good or bad, but yeah,
You can
Japanese
probably
people.
guess.
I'd be like, that's the thing people don't understand about like Japan, like why they only have a self-defense army and not like a regular army. It's like
Well, as soon as
Japan's
they go on the offense, they fuck shit up.
yeah, when they go on the off, you don't want those guys on, coming after you because they're just
No,
like
you guys are dirty ass
yeah,
pervs, man.
they're like, oh well, you guys are gonna fucking like. Not only are they gonna do things efficiently and fast,
They're gonna put it up your bum.
Yeah, they're
first.
gonna fucking just gonna. They'll do everything. They're gonna rape you and kill everybody and
Yeah.
stuff. You want Japanese people to only defend against that. You don't want them to do because like when you let them go, they're pretty good at it. That's the thing people don't understand about Japan. Like Japan, pissed off everybody. Like they pissed off Russia. They invaded Russia for a little bit, and then Russia took those islands to be like, yep. They fucking went to Taiwan. They went to the Philippines, fucked up people there. They went to China, fucked up people there. They went to Korea there. They fucking bombed Hawaii. So it's like everybody around them's kind of like. Just kind of like the angry,
fucking relax,
like the angry Indian guy meme where she's just like,
yeah, exactly.
really, really, just calm down. But I mean, to be fair, I understand where Japan was coming from, though. The guys in charge were like, oh shit, all these white people are colonizing all these like fucking Hong Kong and Shanghai and all this shit. They're like, we don't want those guys coming in and taking over us, so we should go take over our neighbors because they're the closest ones by. And then, so that doesn't happen. We need to grow our empire. And
Well,
I'm
I think it's like when you industrialize your military that quickly and you realize you need oil to do it. You don't have any fucking natural resources. The only place you're going to go get it is China.
well, the reason why they fucking bombed
Those
Pearl Harbor,
utilitarian things,
the reason
too.
why they attacked Pearl Harbor is because America was supplying them with, oil and shit and all that stuff, and then they stopped it. And Japan's like, what the fuck, dude? We need that shit.
Well, they
We're
also-
dependent on it.
They also thought that if America did attack Japan preemptively, that they could take out the entire fleet.
Yeah.
And that fucking was stupid because the Americans literally just strapped chains to their ships,
Yep.
dragged it from the bottom of the ocean, rebuilt them, came back with a goddamn
Yep.
vengeance.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, there's a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving back then. That's why it's when people, complain about, war shit and stuff, right now, and I'm like, you know how much suffering, I mean, there's suffering happening now, but I'm like, comparatively before, at least we have, I don't know, man. People want to bring up Israel and fucking all this shit, and Ukraine and all this shit, and it's you gotta understand there's a moral ground for things, and then there's a practical ground for things, and it's Russia. Russia doesn't ever want America to be able to be right next to them, and they've always had a buffer around everything, and then America's part of NATO. NATO's okay, we want Ukraine to be part of that, and Russia's wait, that means that America's going to be able to be right next to us, so they could set up their own shit, and they're well, fuck that, and it's but at the same time, Ukraine's never wanted to. They were already taken over by Russia, and then Russia finally left, and so they don't want Russia back either, and Russia's apparently Ukraine has a shit ton of fucking natural resources or something. That's why they really wanted it.
Basket of the world.
Yeah,
Man.
and so I'm just saying there's practical reasons, there's moral, political reasons, but
Of course
you
there's
gotta.
reasons, just some of them are a lot less defensible than others.
I know, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, who do you really want to be on your side, Ukraine or Russia? And I think at the end of the day, it's better to be on friendly terms with these bigger powers that could fuck you up because they do have nuclear weapons versus being we gotta help this one guy, and then you find out Joe Biden's son and all these people did all this sketch shit in Ukraine, and you're wait a second, you guys went there and made money already? Oh, no wonder you're all pissed off and stuff, and I don't know.
That's exactly the debate that's
It's
happening
just-
in Taiwan right now. It's do you vote Kuomintang and try and have a better relationship with China and try and make money and
Yeah.
trade and have better, or do you vote independence and poke the hornet's nest a little bit and claim your morality and claim independence and try and be your own thing, So which way do you want to go about it?
Well, it's when people make these videos where they confront police officers or they're getting pulled over. I think there's nothing wrong with recording if you get pulled over by a cop, but don't instigate. Never fucking pick a fight with somebody who could legally kill you and get away with it, Mm-hmm. And so it's it's better to be I remember, I don't know if you ever read any of Tucker Max's stuff. He had a blog back in the day. It was kind of frat time. Well, anyway, point is he's this guy who does a lot of bad boy drunk stuff and shit. But when he's around the cops, he's a docile. What do you call it? Subtle? No, what do you call it? Subsidiary? No. Subservient lamb kind of thing. He's yes, officer, no worries, because you never fuck with somebody who could kill you, So it's just same thing. It's if somebody has the equal right to kill, or let's say China Russia. It's like it's way better to be on their side than these small little guys are trying to take over. And like people complain about Israel, and they're like, "Well, man, like Israel did all this shit." I don't know about Israel, like the overall thing about like them blackmailing politicians and rich people to get them to work for them. I just know that they use Israel as a way to spy on the Middle East, and so that's why they're so chill with Israel for like most of it. It's like they keep tabs on everybody, so America can fucking hopefully keep tabs on them. I mean, that's the overall big reason why. That's why they give them so much money and shit. But no one wants to acknowledge it, and they're like, "Oh, these brown people that were in Israel, they're being bombed and shit." And it's like, look, dude, like at the end of the day, like who's gonna be a stronger ally to you? Like those brown people that are unorganized that fucking like attack people at a rave and shit and are raping people and stuff, or you want to be like these guys who they're kind of assholes, but at least we can like work with them, you know? It's kind of like Islam coming to the UK and stuff. It's like anywhere where they're trying to like enforce like Sharia law and stuff, and it's like, dude, we don't really do that there. And they're like, you should. And it's like, well, why don't you just go back to where you did? I'm pretty sure they do that pretty good over there. Like they're like, oh no, we're not going back there. And I'm like, well, then fucking shut the fuck up. You're in my fucking house, you know. They're like, right. You learn how to fucking follow along, or you get the fuck out, dude. Like, it's not that hard. But this is my house now. Nah, dude, I let you come in here. You can leave anytime, you know? I don't know. Just the entitlement of people and just like, I don't know, man. It's just like everything could be so much worse. And you got to remember, like, I don't know. It pisses me off when people complain because it's like, you know, there's people around the world that just die because they shit themselves to death because they don't have clean water, you know? Like, there's...
You can say, 不要抱怨,抱我.
Every hole has its radish, yeah.
No, that means don't complain, hug me.
Oh, that's sexy. That's what I say to all the women. Don't complain. Hug me. What? I guess the distinction is Cantonese is more common here with ABC, so they think we're retarded and we don't speak Mandarin, so they don't understand Mandarin. Compulsory, very recent. I have a neighbor who thinks Taiwan belongs to China. Now I do call him retarded to his face. Should I leave a note on his door? Sure. Japan was innocent. Oh, God. Don't forget the great leap forward that starved the country. Millions died.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in Tiananmen. Move on along, please. Yeah.
Again, that's another thing that Chinese people will also admit was a massive mistake, the Great Leap Forward.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, if you look at who killed the most amount of people around the world, or at least who's responsible for the most deaths, it's Mao with the Great Leap Forward.
Was that like when they got rid of farms or something, or what happened?
Well, it was a few different things. It was a lot of like reforms on farming. So basically, they would have to pay tax on everything they grew, but there was a series of droughts and mismanagement that meant that they weren't growing enough to feed their own country. But none of the people who worked for the government wanted to report that.
Oh,
and so they would over-report how much stuff they were harvesting, and they weren't getting the right numbers.
Oh fuck,
and
dude!
So
I think
it's something
people
like
starved.
Tens of millions, hundreds of millions. Some people say, we don't know the full number.
Like they just didn't have any money. They starved to death. That is the African way. God damn.
People in Guangdong province were like eating tree bark and grass and shit, and there was cannibalism. Like it was terrible.
Holy fuck, dude!
There was like other things where they wanted to industrialize, but they wanted it to make it like, you know, it's the people's industrialization. So they would ask people to make iron to make steel in their backyards, and so people have these like makeshift iron ovens.
Wait, make steel for like what, swords or something?
Just to sell, like just to have like an industry. But nobody knows. You can't just fucking make that, and so people are making like really shitty iron, and they couldn't sell it, and it was just wasting everyone's time. They thought that sparrows were bad luck for some reason, like something part of the bourgeoisie. So they started killing all the sparrows in the country.
Shit!
But sparrows eat locusts.
Yeah.
And locusts were taking over what little crops were left, and so fucking died. Everybody fucking died. Like hundreds of millions of people.
Why do they have so many people now? Just a lot of people started fucking after that?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. There was a population boom going on.
Yeah, there's no birds in China. Is that really
There are birds now. It was just during that time. They almost wiped out the entire population of sparrows, which is ridiculous.
That is, yeah, man, fucking A, dude. Like, is China... like Guelo 60. Okay, so let's get into Guelo 60 really quick. Cause he called you a little faggy boy or something or something. I don't know. You said that or something, didn't you?
You're the only one who watches this video. So
I love Guelo 60, guys. I'm sorry. Guelo 60 is this Canadian guy who was married to this Chinese woman for like 20 years, and they lived back and forth from Nanning, China, and Vancouver, or something.
Yeah, he
And
loves the CCP.
he loves
they never
CP.
do
Yeah.
anything wrong.
Yeah, he loves China. He loves pointing out the good China stuff. And I've been watching that guy. I've been a patron of his. I think. Are you on? Are you on Patreon? I follow. I'm Matt
on
and
Patreon.
Winston's. Am I a patron of yours too? I don't know.
think so, man. I'm not important enough. I don't mean enough to you.
Yeah, I don't care about you, Prozzy.
Yeah.
You're
I've
not.
been in Tokyo all week, and this guy.
I'm not gonna play with you. I'm Andy.
not
I'm Andy on
invited to
Toy
your
Story.
birthday
I'm not gonna
party.
play with you anymore. Where do I go to see who I'm
Yeah, I have your
following?
name tattooed on the bottom of my foot. Too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Where is it? That's creator. Let's go to what do you call it? Member. Because there's people that I follow, and then there's people that I support. I mean, to be fair, if I do support you, it's only like $1 a month kind of thing.
You don't have to do that. You're not gonna get any content.
No. But I'm curious because I follow
Oh, you
Winston.
You are. I'm right there.
Why did it just change? God damn it.
Why the fuck do you have every operating browser, like?
Because I'm gay.
Yeah.
I'm a gay man,
I think you
Prozzy.
might be a gay man.
I am a gay. I'm a gay fish.
I'm the yellow one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I follow. What is that? I support you. I support Matt. I support Winston. I support. Because I mean, the thing is like it still counts as a number, right? So even though I don't do I do like $1 for everybody or something. It's not a lot, but it helps show the numbers are up.
Yeah. Cheers.
Anyway, fucking laggy ass shit. Not wanting to go through. And the point is, guys, go over and follow. Let's see if I feel like I made a command for you a while ago. Let's see if it actually works.
I was typing nonsense into here.
Nightbot, or should I say African American bot? It's like, no. Here, we gotta make a command for Prozzy right now, guys. Proz and then Prozzy.
Is this a Discord thing? What are you doing here? What is this?
Prozzy, YouTube, Asia. Do you like to eat
What's
fish
Nightbot?
sticks? Nightbot is the chat thing that like the robot that comes up in my thing, and like if I type in a command, like here for example, I type in Twitch,
Yeah.
then that'll bring up my Twitch URL, and so I can do this with you.
But it didn't.
You gotta give it a second. Gotta give it a sec.
There it is. So how do you set that up? Is that in the YouTube studio?
No, you just go to the Nightbot website, and then you sign in with your account, and then, like, this is a command, so I just made a thing for Proz, and then I'll make another one for Prozzy. I always make multiples in case I forget.
I have a lot to learn from you with your live streams. You're a pro at this
Follow
shit. You got a background that moves. You got fucking all your socials up on the screen.
You're really better at storytelling and editing than me, though. And like, oh yeah, that's one thing. Who subtitles your videos? Because the reason why I don't make videos in Japanese because I hate subtitling. You know.
It's the fucking.
If somebody would
worst.
subtitle my videos, like translate and subtitle them, I would make way more videos in Japanese.
Dude, it's the subtitles is the worst part about being a YouTuber in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Bar none. It's the fucking worst. I hate it. I do it myself.
Does Prozzy know about the glorious Ryan Boundless? I don't think he does.
Who?
Ryan's another vlogger who used to be in Japan,
Ryan
but then he
Boundless.
left.
I've heard of him. He did something wrong, didn't he?
No, he just made a lot of videos triggering weebs on purpose and saying like Japan sucks and stuff, and all these people got all angry at him. A lot of Christians are obsessed with Israel and with all of this. What is it? Blah blah. Betan. Anyways, the majority. Yeah, guys, if I missed your fucking chat, just copy paste it and put it down so I don't have to scroll up. I remember Winston did a video of him, and then they went full CCP. Well, I mean, the whole thing is, it's just if I wanted to live in China, like full time, I would totally go full shill. I would suck that
Would
big
you?
commie jig.
You have
yeah,
no
because
moral compass at all?
no moral compass because my goal
You're
would
like,
be to
pay
live
me.
comfortably in China. It wouldn't be about
Yeah.
money. It's just like I want to have so much goodwill that people are like, if somebody talks shit, I have 1,000 Chinese people to be like, that's Uncle Guelo 60. Fuck you. Like, cause see, that's the thing that Winston didn't do, that I always recommended for him to do, which was have a Chinese person subtitle his videos and upload them. Have an official account for each one of these and subtitle them. So then when people went to talk shit or like fake subtitle his videos, that he would have his own official channel that's already been there from the past or whatever, and he subtitled it. And so people would fucking get his back, you know?
No. It doesn't work like that at all. if Chinese people are going to target you, there is nothing that you can do or say that's going to change their mind.
I've seen so many Chinese people love fucking Guelo 60 though. Like they
Sure, but as soon as he says the wrong thing,
but he's not going to
that's
say
your
the wrong
fucking
thing
bottom
though.
dollar. Yeah, you
but I
know
mean, he
that.
goes out of his way not to say the wrong thing. But even when he does, he tries to put. I'm just saying,
But that's why you can't trust what the fuck he's saying, because he's constantly sugarcoating or changing the reality of what he's saying, so because he knows he can't get he can get in trouble. So
I'm saying like I don't take. It sounds like you're like he's a college professor. I'm taking everything he said to heart, and that's not it. It's just like I like his personality. I like his aura or something. You know,
his integrity.
Oh, we should go here sometime. This is Sangenjaya. This is right next to Shibuya. It's like the Golden Guy place that we went to, but this one's a little bit more tight and stuff. It's actually in that video game, the Persona 5 game.
Let's go right now.
Yeah, let's go right now. There's nothing happening right now there. Ikeji Yohashi. Oh shit, that's right next to Shibuya too.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to spend your life or your hobbies making a YouTube video defending a government like that, be my fucking guest. But I think you're a dick, and I think you're a moralist fucking shill, and you have nothing important to say because you're just a mouthpiece of the CCP. And maybe you don't take notes, or maybe they don't tell you exactly what to say. Maybe they're not sitting there sending you emails like, oh, this week we need you to say this. Maybe that's not happening. But if you're unable to question or criticize what they're doing,
oh yeah,
then you have no. It's not really your opinion. You're just a mouthpiece.
But I mean, like,
why would you defend a government like that with their history? It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't want to be a martyr. He just wants to enjoy his life. You know.
Yeah, but then don't make YouTube videos.
But I mean, like, can't you make videos about like having a fun life? Like most of his videos aren't
but
political.
It's not about having a fun life. A lot of it's like I don't know. I don't watch his fucking content.
There's the Wukong game.
But from what you talked about, you said it's like, you know, calling me and Winston out or C-Milk out.
Oh no, but I mean,
criticizing China. Then if that's your content, fuck
oh no,
off.
no. But I mean, that wasn't all of his content. But no, I'm just like I only brought that up because I like all you guys. I'm not picking sides, but obviously, when it comes to like a moral, not grandstanding, but what is it? It's like I take your guys' side 100%, but at the same time, like, because you guys took that stance, you could never go back to China to live. You know, people would try to fucking. It's either the government would fuck with you, or you. Or like people would fuck with you, and that that's the stance you guys chose. And I'm just saying, I think that guy's aware of it, and that's why he kind of sugarcoats everything, because he hopes that by doing that, because he's like got all the social media that's on the China side, where he has people subtitle his videos, so he has a shit ton of people. He's building up really goodwill. So like, I think if somebody took something out of context, if he did say something off like that, then he would have more people defending him, because there's been so many people that love the shit out of him.
That's fine, but there's no integrity behind that.
Oh, there's no integrity. It's total bullshit. But I'm just saying, if you choose to live in China because you're happier there, then you kind of got to play that game.
No,
is all I'm
there's
saying.
something fucking wrong with you. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. See, this is no echo chamber, guys. We're allowed to have different opinions. It's nice. Yeah. I do remember Winston saying that his video clips are being uploaded to Chinese media with the wrong subtitles. Exactly. That's why I said like he should have done that.
If you re-upload them with the correct subtitles, it's not going to change anything.
But I mean, like,
they're out to get you. They're not out to listen.
But if
to
he
you.
had built up that, built up that library, because he had a ton of videos where he didn't criticize China for a while. If he had videos like that, like Guela 60 did, then like there would be a lot. I'm just saying, you attract more bees of honey, dude. So it's like if you're making a lot more videos, like, dude, I used to do a lot of stupid drama shit and clickbaity shit, and it's just like all it did was attract the wrong people that I didn't want in my audience, you know. And like I would actually interact with those people, and like when you do that, you just build this toxic shit around you, and it's just like it's not fun, man. Like, you know, my channel's not educational, but at the same time, it's just like have fun, you know. Like the cool thing about my channel is like I get to show all these different viewpoints by introducing random people to random people, that like the two people who watch me, you know, William and the other guy. You know, it's fun. Does Prozzy like Chris Chan? Oh God, we're not bringing up Chris Chan. Chris Chan's like an autistic guy who was like who found 4chan and then had sex with his mom or something. It was really bad.
Nice.
He was in the news. Word. My friend's uncle has nothing but good things to say about China. He's been there. Only ever had to cater experience. Talks about how great Shanghai is, but never. No, I mean, exactly. No, I'm not saying like the whole thing is like I watch videos for the person, not exactly what they're saying, you know? Like, Prozzy did a fucking boot camp thing where he had to, like, walk in, like, poop water and shit, crawl in poop water.
I did.
Literal poop water. He got eye infections from the poop. Probably got into the crevices. It wasn't good. But, like, but I'm like...
Forces training. It wasn't like a hazing.
You're just going, like, casually going.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
this is my
That's
video,
not
now
one of my
crawl.
hobbies,
Yeah,
yeah.
just...
I'm sober now. This
It's,
is what I
yeah. I'm fucking... Prozzy, now that you don't drink, what do you do? Actually, I'm really happy you brought that up. I got a video right here.
do. Yeah.
Did you just crawling in poop water? Yeah, you could see it smells really bad. So like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That's just like unsanitary. You could have gotten like a serious infection from that,
we
dude.
did, I think. I don't know.
But they I mean, the whole point is though is that like you know, I mean, I watch Prozzy for Prozzy. I don't care like what political stance he takes or whatever. Same thing with Guelo 60. It's just like I like their character, so I watch them. But I do think Prozzy has more integrity for sure. You know, and besides, Prozzy speaks Chinese. I don't think that Guelo 60 guy speaks Chinese, or at least, you know, not as much as Prozzy.
I don't pay attention to him. I don't really know what he's about.
But
This is the most I've talked about him ever.
Yeah, but I mean, I find it funny because it's like you got to pick a side. I'm like, nah, I like them both. But obviously, when it comes to like who's more real, I'm just saying I can understand people's motivations for doing what they do. But I'm not gonna say like one's evil or another because I don't think anybody who's watching Guelo 60's videos and they're like, oh my god, like that guy's right, you know, like oh my god, he's right, like China's perfect. There's birds there. It's I don't know. It's just like whatever, man. You know, live your life. I just like he's like, hey everybody, Guelo 60 here. I'm gonna go eat Brazilian barbecue. It's beer time. I did not point the camera at that pretty girl. I did not do it. Yeah, I follow him on Patreon. I follow you on Patreon. We do all the things. But I'm just saying that it sucks that like these are the only videos he can make if he wants to be in China. But I like China because China is China. But at the same time, I don't want to live there because China, government, China. You know, like
I don't think you would really like it. Like right now we're watching a drive around in China, and it's like all these shops on the side. These are like they sell sinks. Or fucking.
I wanted to ask, speaking of just like random bullshit,
nothing here.
Like Matt and Winston opened up a bike shop where they were
Yeah.
trying to like repair or make bikes for rich people, and then they would just steal the bikes and they wouldn't pay them.
Huh?
Do you remember that at all? They opened up a bike shop where
Yeah,
they
I
would like
remember
make
that.
custom
I can't believe
motorcycles.
People still talk about all this stuff. It's like fucking.
Well, it's my memories, man. You know,
Yeah.
like you guys have all moved on. You're in Taiwan now, doing videos with a British guy who you know, the videos, and you guys make videos for Taiwanese people, not Westerners anymore. And then Matt and Winston are in front of a green screen in California or something, dude. It's just like, you know, it's different. But like, you know, that's the strongest memories I have are like you just like kind of. Like, you were always, like, the guest star in their videos that, like, I always looked forward to see. I'm like, oh, wait, oh, shit, Prozzy's in the video? Like, oh, fuck.
that.
Because, like, you didn't upload as much as them, usually. So, but when, I always loved it how whenever you did upload, you always got way more views than subscribers for some reason. You'd have, like, 4,000, 9,000 subscribers, and then it's, like, 40,000 views. And I'm like, why aren't these assholes subscribing? They obviously watch way more videos when
I
he
would
pumps
never
them
ask
out.
people to subscribe back then. Well, actually, the funny thing is like I had 5,000 subscribers before I ever uploaded a video, because I was in CMOK's videos so much, and then I made a channel to reply to comments. People started subscribing. I was like, I should start making videos, and then here we are today.
It was always so fun watching you in their videos, though, because it's just like Prozzy's gonna bring some fun. You know, he's gonna do
What
something.
happened to me, man? I gotta be fun again. I'm
No,
such a boring cunt.
I don't-
That's the funny. That's like the meme. I'm the meme now amongst all my friends. I'm the boring, miserable cunt that can never have any fun.
I don't think it was the alcohol stuff. I just think that it's like, again, like you said, you get kind of used to Taiwan, and also like your content changed due to the audience change. Like, you know, when you did YouTube, you did it for fun, you did it for hobby and shit. You weren't doing it for money, and now it's like you found a way to make money from it, and it also like it gives you an excuse to explore Taiwan. Like I saw the one where you interviewed that British lady who opened up a fucking bakery or something and stuff.
Oh, Amy, yeah. She's
Yeah.
great.
And it's like, it's cool. Like, I like it. Your YouTube is an excuse for you to go constantly try new fun shit in Taiwan. And I think a lot of people that are probably living there that don't do that are like living regular jobs or something. They don't do that. Like when I went to Okinawa, I was so surprised by the amount of people who I'm like, so have you ever left Okinawa? And they're like, dude, I haven't ever left this town. And I'm like, you're like 50, dude. Like, shit. You didn't even go to at least the other island? It's like 30 minutes. And they're like, I don't know.
Oh,
What's
Okinawa
that, you know?
must be the best place in the world.
They're just, I mean, I'm just saying there's so many people that don't, like, they'll live in this town they'll live in the city the whole life, and they're like, oh, I've never been to that part, you know? It's funny, like, only when people come from out of town, I go and check out this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Psych, Rament, and Subscribe. What? We need Tkyosam, Prozzy, Winston, Matt Guelo, Nathan Rich, all on a podcast together. The Nathan Rich guy, I just remember he was a Scientologist or something, and he would stare at the camera, and he had like a shaved head. I feel you, man. I was in the Army. I went to basic training in the middle of harsh winter in Georgia. Almost caught pneumonia. Fuck. Prozzy, you changed my... I can't read it because the emoji's in the way. You changed my old Prozzy would hit an old lady with his motorcycle. Did you hit an old lady with your motorcycle or something?
All the time.
Hell yeah. That bitch had it coming.
In Taiwan. That's why I have a ring on my finger and it says Nong Slayer. Because we used to call like village people in China Nongs, like Nongfuren, which is like farmers. Because you'd be riding your motorcycle and they would just like, they're so bad at, they don't look. They just go onto the road, right? They don't.
This is my road now.
They just look where they're going, but don't look what's coming. And so I used to get all these accidents and just take out all these fucking old people. And so they used to say I slayed Nongs. Now I'm a Nong Slayer.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but in Taiwan, this lady hit me from behind, which was bullshit. So
that's
I
hot.
continue to slay Nongs, but that was years ago. I haven't slayed a Nong in a long time.
Yeah, man. I saw like the M13 guy. Like he's been on YouTube forever, and he does tours and stuff. And he's like he was an English teacher. I think he's still an English teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know why he hates you, man. Like
he wanted to promote his business, and I was like, I just got to Taiwan. I didn't know anybody. I was like, dude,
yeah,
I'll have a beer with you, and we'll shoot a vlog. He's like, no, I'm here for this is business. But beer sounds too casual. I was like, all right, fuck off then. I didn't say fuck off, but I was like, all right, well, I'm not into business. I'm not. And then he just like went off the rails and didn't like me, so whatever.
He seems like the kind of guy where it's like you really gotta kind of adjust to your stuff.
Nobody likes people from Winnipeg.
Oh yeah, you guys both Canadian. Shit, fuck.
My
Well,
niece and nephew are from Winnipeg, so I shouldn't say that.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just he's always got like kind of a base take about shit, but he's also just I don't know. He was doing motorcycle videos before any of us were doing motorcycle videos.
He's the
You
first
know.
vlogger in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just like but it's funny how you guys, like, before you moved to Taiwan, I never really watched anybody except him in Taiwan. And he had some fun videos, though. Like, I remember his kid was getting bullied, so he went into the school with his camera, and he just started calling out the teachers who didn't do shit. And he, like, his kids in the classroom, and he's like, which fucking kid did it? And he's like, that kid? And his kid's like, that one. And he's like, hey, you fucking retard. You stupid little fat retard. And the kid's like, eh. And he's like, but I like it, though, because he's not just yelling at him. He's like, does that feel good? He's like, no. And he's like, what have you been calling my son? And he's like, I called him stupid half-breed mixed mongrel or something. He's like, well, did it feel good when I called you fat retard? No. And he's like, you're fat? Yeah, but, like, I don't know if you're retarded. I don't know you. And it's like, so he's like, doesn't that make you feel bad? He's like, well, that's how you made my son feel. And he's like, do you want to move around? Do you want this to be your life now, where you make people feel like I just made you feel, where you're scared and sad? He's like, no. And he's like, these teachers, they don't give a shit about it or something. Like, he made it. He didn't just like turn it into like, I'm a Karen, I'm right. I need to have an outburst and shame you. He like tried to teach them something, and I always fucking, I don't know. I love that video. It's just because like people want to like morally grandstand and say they're better than you or something, and they want to just like tear you down. But it's like, no, like. You got to have faith that people can change, but they just need the right motivation, the right guidance. Yeah, and I always appreciated that from his videos, you know?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That guy sucks big fat dicks. Fuck him. But yeah, you brought up hitting people, and he got in a bad motorcycle accident a couple years ago.
Fingers and shit.
Yeah. When you showed me the hand, I was like, wait, Prozzy still has his finger. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not Prozzy. That was the other guy.
Yeah. This finger's broken, though.
Oh yeah, shit. That did happen to you. I remember now. Like your knuckle. Yeah. So wait, did that happen in China or?
China, yeah.
So what happened with that? Was it raining or something? I forgot. What happened?
Huh? I punched a guy in the skull and I shattered my knuckle.
But the other one was like a motorcycle accident, right? Like
that was a different guy. Yeah. He really fucked. He almost died.
That wasn't
me.
Oh, that wasn't you. Oh, okay.
No, this is from a fist fight I got in years and years ago.
Oh, okay.
I was a young, dumb man.
Was it another foreigner or was it Chinese guy? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's always foreigners fighting foreigners here, you know?
Yeah.
Goddamn
so
foreigners
stupid.
always breathing my Japanese man's air, you know? Goddamn bastards. Okay, dude, I think it's rad that Prozzy has the Rebel 500. I want that bike, but I didn't want to take the big bike test.
Why?
Prozzy, you changed, man. Old Prozzy, oh yeah.
you read that
That
one.
had it coming, Prozzy.
Sure did. No, take the big bike test, man. It's easy. Super easy. I didn't even have to go to any of the classes. They were like, you know how to ride? I was like, yeah. They're like, all right, the test is on this day. Just come in and do it. And I was like, sick. Everyone else had to go in for like every day, all week to learn how to do it. I just rocked up, banged the test out, boom, there's your license. The only problem is it costs like $6,000 or something,
Ugh.
which is still cheaper than a fucking Japanese license.
Yeah.
You had to pay that much money for a Japanese? That's ridiculous.
No,
But did you
no.
have to go to school?
I
Or
didn't
could-
have to. I could have taken a
You could have
test.
just taken the test?
The test would have been like $100 US or something. But I just,
fuck, okay,
but
that's
I had only
good.
been riding scooters up until then. I didn't know how to manually shift or anything.
So if I came
Yeah.
here, I wouldn't. I could just take the test.
Yeah, no, you don't need to go to school. School is just, it's like kind of an automatic A. Like you're gonna,
They kind of get.
they
make
drill
pass.
you. Yeah, well, they drill you for everything, so you kind of like, you can't fail unless you literally were like blind and you weren't paying attention. Like,
Right.
because it's just a simple test, but they're really stringent on how they grade it. But since they spend the whole fucking 26 hours of the school drilling that into you, you pass it pretty quickly. And so,
Yeah. I know the motorcycle test in Taiwan is so easy. It's it's so simple.
it was hard for they make you I failed the test the first time because they have a balance bar, and I'm used to riding a smaller bike, not a big one, and that one I had a bad start, and then it kind of wobbled a little bit, and it's like the balance bar is only like an inch off the ground. It's nothing, but yeah, if you fall off that, that's an instant fail.
We have
So
the same thing where you have to stay on this bar for 12 seconds or longer or something.
Yeah.
But once you learn the right technique, it gets really easy. It's the same. You have to do the same thing to get your scooter license. Just drag the rear brake and
yeah, no, I
you're
mean,
good to go.
yeah,
That's
no.
the hardest part. The rest is like turn left, turn right, do a railroad crossing, go up a little hill. That used to be part of the test, but they didn't take it out. It's fucking retarded. Just do it, man.
Yeah, guys, it's not hard.
Or
It's just
don't.
one of those things.
Because
But
driving a motorcycle in Taiwan is so fucking expensive. It's barely even worth it. Come to Japan, buy a Rebel 500 for $5 and a packet of blueberries, and be happy here.
He might. William's been talking about moving back to Osaka
It's
for a
literally
while. So
half
yeah.
the price for motorcycles
W-
here. You
Williams-
get fucked in Taiwan for motorcycles.
William's wife is Taiwanese, and even he's like, I know you don't speak Chinese. All right, I know you don't speak. Yeah. That'd be pretty bad if she was Taiwanese, didn't speak Chinese.
Yeah.
I know you don't speak Japanese, you don't really care about Japan, but like, can we move to Japan? And she's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I do
Like,
tell you,
fuck it.
people love Japan. She would
Yeah.
love to come here. The problem is she's not going to trust you because you're going to be out there
Yeah.
putting your willy.
William does like
He's gonna
to.
put in a bunch
William
of
does like to
Japanese girls and
slam.
Your Taiwanese wife's going to freak out.
Take the chicks to Space Jam.
They're jealous people, them Taiwanese women.
How is I mean, like, dating? Was it harder in China or harder in Taiwan? You know, because I feel like when you were in China, they didn't have Bumble or Tinder, but like everything
Tantan.
now is apps now. It's
Yeah, they
for
have Tantan
everything.
in China, so that you can date there. I think like it depends because they don't really date per se in China. It's like very serious. It's like we're boyfriend girlfriend. There's no like dating process. So that's kind of hard. It's like you sleep with a girl, she thinks you love her, and you go breaking her heart, and she freaks the fuck out.
Is it hard? Like, okay, two questions. Is it harder to date somebody who doesn't speak English? And two, would you like your future girlfriend would she have to be bilingual, or can you date somebody who's just not even interested in English? Because in Japan, almost every girl I've ever dated, long term, they didn't speak any
Speak English.
Yeah, and I liked it that way. But it's very mentally straining because not speaking your native language uses a different part of your brain, and that gets tired very
You have
quickly.
like you have like a different personality when you speak a different language.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's better if she's bilingual because then you can have more of a deeper understanding. Whereas like sometimes when you're speaking a different language, you don't know if what you're saying is really the way you mean it because there's a certain way of saying it in English. There's always that little bit, that deep down closeness that you miss.
Yeah.
That you don't quite get down to when you're speaking a different language. So
So do you want your next girlfriend, like, if you could choose right now, it's like bilingual or Chinese? Like, I always want them to be Japanese. I mean, thinking forward now, it's like I'd like you're saying, like, you gotta find the woman first. I think it would be better if it's long term for the bilingual thing, like dating a bilingual chick, just because you don't need to teach them all those things. Like the kind of expectations already there that they kind of get it. And then also, if I'm tired and I don't want to speak Japanese, I can speak English and she can speak Japanese. And like, it's weird. Like speaking another language takes so much extra brain power, and if you're not used to it all the time, even if you're pretty fluent, it's just so tiring. But listening, hearing it is okay. Like I remember I met this guy.
You don't have a choice but to hear it.
Well, I mean, I knew this guy who was in the military, and well, he had what do you call it?
PTSD.
Sex? Whatever. You retire from the military, but you still work for them, but you're not in the military anymore. Well, anyway, he was like that in Japan. He had a Japanese wife. She understood English. She didn't speak English. Like, she never practiced enough. He didn't speak Japanese, but he understood Japanese kind of thing. Like, so, like, when I went to the house, it was so weird because they had 2 kids, but, like, his wife would be like, he's like, honey, where do you put the peanut butter? She says in Japanese, like, oh, it's on the top pantry. No, not that one, the one on the left. So she would speak Japanese to him. He's speaking English, and I'm like, do you guys ever try to speak each other's languages? And they're like, dude, I work fucking 8 hours a day, sometimes 10. She works 8 hours a day, sometimes 10. We don't have time to fucking do that shit. And I was like, how long has this been going on? They're like 5-6 years. I'm like, wow. I don't think I'd like that, but at the same time, I like that I would have that option to be like, we're both tired. Just tell me and I'll tell you kind of thing. Yeah. It's like a Chewbacca thing. Like I have that with my buddy Tetsu sometimes when if we were out camping or something. I speak Japanese, I speak English, he speaks Japanese. It's like Han Solo and Chewie kind of thing. Yeah, well, I told you we couldn't park there. God damn it, Chewie.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, my plan is to knock up a Japanese girl, get a marriage visa. She dies in a horrible accident, and then I get to raise this kid in Japan by myself. That's the dream.
We're gonna have to delete this live stream afterwards. It's gonna be somewhere on BitChute afterwards. Yeah, probably gonna.
That's a joke. Come on, you can't. Are people gonna cut that out of context?
Clipping
Jesus Christ.
Like 10 years from now, guys. I don't know what happened to Mayumi, but it's just I have some bad news, guys. I need to announce to the channel.
Yeah, it depends on how your humor works.
Me a little Prostin or me a little Prostabate. Yeah,
Juan
he fucking
Pablo.
Juan Pablo.
That's what I'm gonna name my kid.
Me a little Ricardo here, you know.
Yeah.
You have Japanese, you're like French Canadian. Yeah, me and little Sanchez here. He's he's Mayumi, my beautiful Japanese wife, who I had dated for only a year after knocking her up. Yeah, she has sadly passed. I don't want to talk about the specifics of it, but I'd like you to know that I'm still gonna be here with little Ricardo, and I'm gonna raise little Ricardo here in Japan as a French, Japanese, Chinese, Canadian man.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. Writing in Thailand is suicidal. Yellow. Damn, my girlfriend doesn't speak much English. Don't get canceled. Chatting. I am uploading it to Livestream fail right now. There you go. Prosy makes a fleshlight with his wife's pro. Oh. William, sometimes you're. It's a little bit too much.
It's a real piece of work, this William.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to Taiwan where this guy fucking lives. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he lives in Taipei though. It's different.
But I'm in Taipei a lot, so.
Oh shit! Well, you're gonna have to go meet him. Well, William's probably gonna move to. I don't know how serious he is, but one thing I really do like about William is that he learned Japanese and Chinese just enough to get by where he can talk and communicate and stuff.
That's all you need. You don't have to be like super proficient in
but he retained his fucked up humor and stuff too. And like even though he's got like a ex-wife in Japan with like 2 kids or something, and he shows screenshots on the Discord sometimes, and his ex-wife will send him stuff in Japanese. He just replies in English, and it's like, oh, you know, like their son started drumming, and he's like, that's great. I'm happy he has a hobby. I know so many foreigners that it's like they'll knock up chicks and then just like completely leave, and then they don't want anything to do with the kid. But William keeps in touch with both his old family and the new one, so that's good.
Being a man.
Yeah, being a man. William's a man.
Yeah.
William is very based and red-pilled. There you go. Is it harder to get canceled in Taiwan than the West? I think it would be easier in Taiwan.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, Prosy is the Tenga. Tenga's the little pocket pussy that you masturbate with that you can buy anywhere in Japan. You're the Tenga, buddy. He's the female Tenga. She uses him to gather his seed.
Yeah.
to have the Canadian
Not
babies.
really. This is the closest I've come to sex in like weeks. So.
Nice. Hell yeah, that's hot. Months, decades, years,
Yeah.
millennia.
I'm actually a virgin. Praise be.
Yeah, guys. Praise be to the
This
Lord.
is the Christian
Yeah.
live stream that we're doing.
Yeah, this is the one where Prosy and I have both decided to become, what is it, reborn Christian virgins or something. Yeah, born again virgin Christians. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go soon though. It's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, guys. I didn't realize we were chatting for so long. Holy
Long time.
shit.
I could go longer, but I brought this shirt at Uniqlo and it's too big.
Yeah, he
I
has
gotta
to
take
return
back
it.
before it closes. It closes. Why the fuck does your Uniqlo close at 8 here?
It closes at 8.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I know you don't buy clothes.
Yeah, I
you
can't.
construct
I
it from
can't.
shit
Yeah,
you find around, but
yeah.
like,
Do you like these shorts? These were pants originally, and they had holes in them. I sewed them up.
Totally believe you.
Yep. I mean, they're comfortable. These are
Do you
my
find it
lounging
hard finding
pants.
Clothes?
No,
You're
they
kind of a
actually-
bigger fella.
They have a shop here for fat guys called Sakazen. And I guess more Japanese people are getting fat because they're expanding all over the fucking country. But that place, I'm surprised. I would think that fat guy clothing would be super expensive. And if you buy the brand name stuff, it is. But if you buy the Chinese ripoff shit that they sell at the same shop, it's
cheap
pretty.
as chips.
It's not as bad. Like I have a friend that spent like $100 on pants, and I'm like, I spent $50 on a pair of those. You know, the ones over there. It's like there's not. I don't know. You get to decide what it is or what it. What video, if I'm gonna if we're gonna end the live stream, what video would you like them to go check out
I think
that
your
doesn't get
audience
enough
would
love?
really appreciate
Yeah.
12 things I hate about Taiwan. I'm really proud of that video.
Is that a recent one or do I? Here, I'll
Right
just
there, you just found it.
where
Scroll down a bit. Right there.
this one. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's 12 things Chinese people hate. Never mind. It's probably from like a year ago.
Here, let's just type in.
12
Do they have a
things.
search bar here? Yeah, 12. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, your thumbnails are always fucking good.
That's because I
Shit.
stole it from abroad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a second, that red fucking thing there. Yeah. Yeah, your videos are very Asian centric. Yeah.
Well, they have Chinese subtitles, right? So foreigners don't watch it. But I mean, that's the cool thing. If I move to Japan, I can switch back to a Western audience, and that'd be sick. Because subtitles is the fucking worst. God, I hate doing subtitles. I could pump out so much more content if I didn't have to do subtitles. It's not even that
Exactly.
subtitles take a long time. It's that subtitles, the dread of having to do them is what takes so long.
Yep, because you have to. It's
Yeah,
like you're like
I mean, you just keep putting it off. It's the fucking worst.
the best Christian stream. Yeah, so there's a guy that streams here sometimes. His name's Nomadic Gaijin, and he like no cuss words. I mean, he's not like anal about it. Just like his like auto mod thing picks up and like deletes the things. And so I used to make fun of him, and I was like, "You are the best Christian streamer ever. You don't allow f words or anything. We're about good, pure Christian vibes." And like, he looks like a Boy Scout kind of. So he's like, "Guys, I'm not a Christian though. I'm not but then I got like his chat to turn against him, and now everyone's like, "Yeah, you're my favorite Christian streamer and shit." And so now my guys like it too. No, he's I don't know. He's probably streaming right now, but I don't want to raid him. I want to raid your newest video so people can go over and see. Yeah, guys, Nomad streaming right now. Yeah, fucking Nomadic Gaijin doesn't like no drama. Voted twice for Obama.
What the fuck website is that?
This Twitch.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not up with the times. I got YouTube, I got Instagram, that's about it.
It's okay.
I don't go to these fucking communist websites
The
that kids go
dirty
to.
goddamn commies with their fucking emo music and breathing my fucking Japanese man's air. I don't think there isn't a J vlogger that hasn't caught hands with TQ at one point. I think it's so funny. I got like a hater comment being like on like a friend's video recently, and it's like, what? They're like, "Who's Tkyosam?" And it's like, "Oh, he's just a guy who just fucking like, he's just like always in all these other people's videos." And I'm like, "Oh, so you're just angry that like I'm friends with people that you want to be friends with?" Like they're like, "Why is it him? He wears bandanas. I don't wear bandanas. I post anonymously on the internet about people I hate. Well, I deserve to be with these people and hang out with them, not Tkyosam." Yeah.
Right.
I was like,
Late to
yeah.
the game, one of the people in this chat?
Yeah, late to the game.
Followed me on Instagram and liked every single one of them.
Oh yeah, shit. I gotta fucking get your Instagram too. Fuck. Here, hold on.
You just liked every single one of my posts.
Prosy Instagram.
My Chinese friend saw the post I made of you singing in the KTV bar, and she said, "Sounds gay."
Yeah, oh dude, that was super
A
gay.
Chinese person called you gay.
That's awesome. They're like, "That fucking gay guy," and I'm like, "What? I'm not. What?" They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna make him pay." Prosy, Why isn't this shit coming up? Oh, it's only showing 10. Come on. Hold on, guys. I gotta find all these prompts really quick. I've got to do it, mate, because if I don't fucking do it, then I'm not gonna fucking remember to do it, right? It's fucking there. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna shout out Prozzy and his Instagram too. Yeah, guys, like Prozzy's really active on Instagram. I should be on Instagram more, but I'm not. I mean,
Got a lot going on though.
Well, I mean, like
Japanese people use Instagram.
They do use Instagram. They love Instagram, but I have not been. Whenever I post something on Instagram, I lose followers, so I just stopped posting there.
Really?
Because I got my Instagram got big because I was always in my Aussie friends videos, and so they used Instagram a lot more, and they always tagged me and shit. And then when I posted like Japan content, all these people are like, "Oh, what? Like, what? Where's the other Aussie guys? I thought you were doing it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine, fuck it. Where's the prosy? Let's go find some pros, mate." Okay, I'm just updating Prozzy's command on here, guys, so you can follow his Instagram too. Because Prozzy posts quite a bit on Instagram as well.
You have 10,000 followers.
Well,
on
more than
Instagram.
me.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but I just got it from like constantly being in my friends who are famous' videos. You know, it's not something to shake a dick at. Okay, guys, so I posted the video of Prozzy's that you should go check out. And then, yeah, I'm not going to raid anybody today, but you guys should go follow Prozzy on fucking Instagram and on YouTube, man. He posts, I don't know, how often do you post, like, per month?
I post a video every week.
You post a video every
Saturday.
week, guys, so fucking go in there, check out his fucking videos, go follow him on Instagram, YouTube. Tell him that you love him and that, you know, you hope that he can open up a British bar to piss off Taiwanese neighbors or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Figure it out, guys. Anyway, yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and yeah.
Be.
Yeah, praise be to him, oh Lord, up there, best
Hallowed
Christian
be thy
streamer.
name, thy kingdom
Yeah.
come, thy will be done.
Maple
on earth
syrup.
as it is in heaven.
And Taco Tuesday. Okay, guys, stay black.
Forgive us for our trespasses.
Seijian, Jayo, Guelo, Lawai. Okay.
Ganya.
Yep, hot gay sex. Sow to the knee, to the ma. Something. Okay. Thanks, Prozzy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.